couple of hours. So let's test it out. And as a warning, as always, before we get started, does anyone want to get out? If not, let's get busy. So, questions, chat questions first. We'll start off with that, and then we'll open it up. What you doing, Doc? I thought you'd be busy. Dave Chow, what's up? Michael Turner, what's going on? H Town, what's up? Jeff, what's going on? AL, Anacetus, Taylor. Did the Warriors win? I don't think it's gonna be much of a series. Black Scorpion, what's going on? AB Media, DJ, what's up? I'm listening. What's up? Mr. You know it is. What's up? Pookie, what's happening? Craig, what's up? Craig, I thought you were doing a review of episode of the Obi-Wan series. Marco, what's going on? Mr. Shug, what's going on? All right. Oh, they had to win this game. Okay. They lost one at home? We'll see if they take it to game 7. I don't think so. How much you pay to see River in with a Skywalker? Uh, she wants to be apprentice to a Skywalker. So River's not going to take on a Skywalker. It took about 10 minutes. Come on. Got to take longer than that. And the fuckery so deep in Obi-Wan, man, it takes, hell, you can't even get through point 1 without taking more than like 15 minutes. Celtics in 6. I doubt that seriously. Did they lose the first game? I thought they won the first game. Let me look. Let's see. Oh yeah, they blasted them. What's this game? Oh, okay. 1-1. You know what? That happened with the Lakers in against the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia won the first game and didn't see no light after that. Yeah, they waxed them pretty good. Oh, okay. You know what? That can happen if you win a series too soon. That's what happened to the Lakers. They had basically blasted their opponent in the series, and they had too big of a break. That can happen. Oh yeah. Well, that's. I don't think that the Celtics are LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron won that series by himself. I don't think Celtics have any players of that caliber. Yeah, if you can get the right price. It depends on as always, location, location, location. They're gonna have it depends. You get it for the right price, you get it in the right area. Yeah, pick it up. It's gonna be dicey. Everything's gonna be dicey for the next, I say, 6, 7 months. So if you get it for the right price in the right area, go for it. But the numbers have to work. The Obi-Wan series is hot steaming garbage, Craig. Stop. Hot steaming garbage. Obi-Wan series of hot steaming garbage. Yeah, it can happen if a team takes off too long, and say the other team is still playing. I think though I think Celtics went to what 6 or 7 and closed it out, so they're still they're still warm. Yeah, that it might be 5. It might be a back sweep. I want to make a camper out of a cargo van. You can. Yeah, if you want to, if you want to make it comfortable, yeah. But tell, um, I see people do it with less. Oh, okay, not a part of the Obi-Wan series. Yep, it looks like it. The writing is horrible. Yeah, well, it's gonna. If people don't have any money, you're gonna have a whole lot of returns. People don't have any money, and the people gonna have to decide whether they're gonna eat or they're gonna pay their car note. So basically, guess what goes first between uh, food, shelter, clothing, transportation comes last. Yeah, well, you can believe. You can believe all you want. You can believe all you want. Yeah, hierarchy of needs. Yeah, that's true. No, I haven't. From Daily Wire, nope, have not. Hell, I've been focusing on the Ukraine crisis, Ukraine war. So that's been taking up more time. No, they can't. It's going to be hard after the debacle that you have in the White House right now. It's going to that's going to keep that's going to be a bad taste in people's mouths for quite a while. Oh man, I think I don't have a dedicated video. When I read charts, I do them live. So if you're there during the stream when I'm doing it, I don't have any dedicated videos to reading stock charts. Yeah, yeah, Han. What's her name? Yeah, she needs a foot in the chest, man. She's a pain in the ass. I think Obi Wan kind of took their cue from Quan. Just pain in the ass little young chicks, man, doing stupid stuff. Now, she's the kind of well, hell, she got half her family killed just by doing stupid shit. Yeah, eventually it's going to be global. Eventually it's going to go when Chinese take over. It's going to be global. No, unless you want a nuclear war, it's not going to happen. Will South Carolina SC become Finals MVP? Oh, yeah, Steph Curry, you should be if they win. Oh man, it's hard to say. Wars are kind of hard to predict, but if before the United States start pumping in weapons, I would have said this should be over by fall. With the United States pumping in weapons, it might last a little longer. Somebody does something stupid, then yeah, it's gonna get ugly. I think the covenant that Karen, and didn't she die? Well, Clay Thompson wasn't supposed to carry the series. Remember, he's been hurt for 2 years, so he's not. When you actually do some things like that, you never 100%. So, but they got more than enough to carry him. All Clay has to do is show a few flashes. Well, they should. They'll Poole get the minutes. Yeah, well, they're gonna get called back just in case. So what happens when you start bullshit? What's up, Star Child? Let's see. They've been doing the same thing they've been doing. They'll them wanting automation doesn't mean anything. Okay, they've been automating, but it takes time. You got to put the structures in to actually automate. If the 30, 50 extra men were really that bad, what they would do is the ones that have unrest. If you want pussy, you need to go overseas, find your wife in Africa or Latin America. It that all that crap doesn't matter, man. The Great Reset. They've been talking about the Great Reset for like the last at least 10 years. The Great Reset is yeah, basically is their emergency plan to actually to fix the global economy after the 2008 2009 banking crash. The banks haven't recovered yet, and the only way out of it is maybe a global reset. But if you read the Fourth Industrial Revolution, that's really the global reset. What's up, artisan? It hasn't died yet. It hasn't died. Uh, it has to be rolled back, but it's not dead. Nothing dies this quick. I don't think Poole is good enough to lead his own team. Do I have a recommended book list on my Patreon? No, I don't. I don't have a recommended book list on the Patreon because there's too many books. So it just depends on what your interest is. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, she's gonna make you old. But Geminis need to be challenged. She's not being challenged. And if she's got a mother that's not challenging her, she's gonna get bored and she's gonna start doing shit. What you think is crucially important. It doesn't matter. The West doesn't have control of this shit anyway. So whatever the West is planning doesn't matter because they won't have control of the West. So all that stuff is going to get rolled back. So just because they make a plan doesn't mean it's going to happen. I've been around too long, much too long to learn that. So they'll have a plan or they'll have an agenda, but that doesn't mean anything. Some things might be rolled into the agenda, but most of them never are. If all their plans came to fruition, China wouldn't be where it is right now. Uh If you really want to know about the social credit system, there's a book by Daniel Suarez from 2007 called Damon. Okay, if you read Damon, he talks about the social credit system, and China's is actually China has actually modeled their social credit system after that. If you read Damon by Demon, is it Damon or Demon? Demon by Daniel Suarez. You read that book, then you'll get it. That's what the social credit system. That's where they get the idea from. Nope. Flop doing what? House resolution of imperialism against Africa. That doesn't mean anything. They don't have enough people. All that shit's over. They don't have enough people. They don't have enough money. They don't have enough weapons. And Africa has got way too many people. Where is marriage working for black men? Depends on where you are. It's not in this country, but then marriage is dying in this country for everybody. So it's not just you. So it depends on where you are. You go to the continent, it'll work for you. You go to Latin America, it'll work for you. You go to Asia, it'll work for you. You come Western Europe and America, it's not going to work for you because marriage is not going to work here until they roll some stuff back. No, he's not sick. Putin's not sick. I don't think. Talking about it with cancer, nobody knows, man. They don't know. If he hasn't released it, then no, you can't say anything about it because we don't know because they lie. And well, good luck about the social credit system in the black community. Good luck. You're not in control of the economy. Black folks don't even trust each other. How you gonna have a social credit system? Some report says he's dead. Okay, well, if Putin is dead, then the Hawks will take their place, and the Hawks will actually escalate this shit. If he's dead, then the Hawks will actually escalate this. They would if he's dead. They wouldn't be holding this back. They would say so. If a head of state dies, they're going to report it. They're not going to keep that secret because they have to announce somebody. Russia is not some banana republic. Okay, it's not South Korea. There's too many things that depend on that kind of information. If he was dead, he was that sick that they have a replacement already. No different than if Biden dies in office. You're gonna know that pretty quickly. Basically, they're rattling sabers. They know how far to go. Ignatius Miles, man, they've been working on that shit for 40 years, man. So let me know when it works. NBA have something called a scouting or a recruiting team. If each individual woman was a separate individual team, black women have the worst talent. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. No, they don't. No, they don't want to crash it very quickly. If they wanted to crash, they'd let it crash in 2020. If they wanted to crash, they would. If they want to crash, you see what happened in 2020 when the market went down within like a couple of weeks, like 40% within like a week. That's what would happen. They're not trying to crash it. They've been keeping it up. They're not trying to crash the market. Well, Ed Bradley has a tether around him. Yeah, sure they can still win it. That doesn't mean they will. Dude, dude, Ted, that doesn't mean they're going to be right. The globalists don't always agree. Why do you think we got a war? Why do you think we got economic war? They're getting ready to split the globe right now. You're looking at it. Why do you think the inflation is up and they're trying to not buy Russian oil? They're fighting over the globe. They don't agree. Now, if you believe that, then there's no sense in even keeping up with it because there's nothing you can do about it. Medication and energy anatomy. Not really. It's not really my area of expertise. Nobody will. Nobody's looking at it favorably now. Hopefully, he doesn't go down as the worst president in history. That's what I'm hoping. Hope he does something. It depends on what you call a crash. What's up, Linda? What up, Doc? Let me look at the Dow Jones. Everybody keep talking about goddamn crash. Do you guys actually read charts, or you guys just guess? Sometimes I think you guys just guess. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Chart. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. That's the dollar. Okay, the dollar's taking a hit. Understandably so. Where's the Dow? Euro. Where we at? Dollar. US dollar. Apple. Brent crude oil. Let's see where we at. S&P. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Thought I had a Dow chart. Let's see. There he is. That should be a Dow chart, shouldn't it? No, that's Bitcoin. Dollar. See that one? S&P. God damn it! I thought I had a Dow chart. Thought I had a Dow chart. Eh, there he is. There we are. There we are. There we are. There we are. Uh, okay. Let's start with 2020. See if I can get it in the frame. That's 4 hours. Let's go to a day. Let's go a day chart. See if we can get it all in. Damn, we can't get all this motherfucker all in. Okay. All right. Let me show you a crash. Okay. This boys and girls is a crash. Okay. That's a crash. See how far that goes down? That's a fast crash. See that? That's a crash. Get it? Okay. Where are we today? Let's look at today's chart. Okay. That is not a crash. I mean, that is not a fast crash, right? It's a downturn. That is a downturn. The, you see the difference between a fast crash and a downturn? It's a downturn. Head and shoulders broke the shoulders. It's a downturn. Are we in a downturn? Yes. Is it a crash? No. It's not a crash. It's not a what is a downturn? It's a bear market. It's obvious. Okay. That is so there's not a crash going on. That's a downturn. Get it? See the difference? Any other questions? Nobody talked about the crash when it happened in 2020. But all of a sudden, oh my God, come on. They're gonna make it crash. No, they're not. If you want to buy silver, buy silver. You learn how to read a chart. I didn't say it wasn't down. Down. Of course it's down. But what was it? Okay, it's called context. You guys see something that will respond to something in context, and then you guys move the goalposts. Okay, of course it's down, right? It's basically it's overbought. It's been overbought for the past year. Of course it's going to come down. Interest rates are going up. You got inflation going nuts. You got a dollar. You're going to have a currency crisis. Of course it's going to go down. What do you expect? We don't know. It's a downturn. We don't know. The thing is, should they prop it up? The thing is, they spent all the money to propping it up. I don't think they will. They're going to try. They want to control downturn. Man, I just showed you the chart. Just showed you the chart. Okay, it's way overbought. This whole year has been overbought. Let me show it again. According to my Fibonacci. See all this blue? So all this blue from before 2021 till 2022. That's all overbought. It's all overbought. It's way overbought. So it had to come down. All this up here is overbought. It's been in overbought territory for a long time. So it's going to come down. It's going to go downturn. Now, will it go? I don't think it's going to go back down to its 2020 lows, but that's a downturn. Get it? Got it? Good. We don't. The thing is, you talking about Biden's term, right? Biden's term just started in 2021, sir. You got 3 more years. You got 2.5 more years of Biden. What's up, Gigi? If you waiting for Biden, man, you got 10, 15% inflation. You got oil at $120 a barrel. You got gasoline at what? Averaging at like $5 a gallon. Okay. You got diesel averaging about 6. So you're gonna have inflation up the yang, and guess what? You got to have a homelessness crisis. You got to get through 2022 first before you can think about anything else. Get through this year first. No, it ain't time to buy. It's actually time to sell. Overbought. Can I break that? Basically, when overbought means when uh, when it's actually outside of a normal pattern, right? See where this came from. See what the lows are. See where the lows for this. The 2020 lows. Okay, 2020 lows are what 18,000, right? The Fibonacci says, okay, normally the pattern to recover should be here somewhere in the 20s. Okay, this damn near 40,000 is way overbought. Overbought means there's too but you spent too much money. There's too much money in it, right? There's too much money chasing too few shares, and the valuation is way out of line. So that's overbought. But you spent too much money on it. So your valuation versus valuation, what the underlying stocks are worth versus what you paid for it, means it's overbought. So eventually it's going to have to come back down to a mean someplace, back down to the middle. So it's probably going to really for it's going to have to come probably right back down to this line here someplace, right around what, right down in the 20s somewhere. So that is a pretty steep bear. That's like 25%. Yeah, well, you're lucky. That's all it costs you. No, got to remember, Trump started all this. All this stuff started under Trump. You guys think that Trump's going to come and solve stuff? This stuff started under Trump. Trump had done things right, he'd still be in office. Yeah, yeah. Your food prices is what's really going to hurt you. Thank God, thank God, Russia had a bumper crop of wheat. Otherwise, you'd be getting hit with food prices up the yang. Yeah. So far, well, yeah, they're not going to call them up. They're trying to double down on it. We'll see how far they go with it because we have to wait for Europe's winter to see how long they're going to hold out. But they'll have sanctions on some things. Like, well, guess what Biden did as far as fertilizer from coming from Russia? He didn't sanction that. But so far, the sanctions have not worked. Russia's money. Russia is actually. Do I have a course? Erica Williams said yeah, I should make one. If I make one, guess where it's going to be? It's not going to be here. It's going to be on Patreon. Not going to be here. If I do a course on charting, it's not going to be here. It's going to be on Patreon. That's a lot of work. Yeah, Buffalo and Art of Itmore uh, says that since the wheat prices, since you had a bumper crop of wheat normalized. So what he's saying is that the bread prices are actually stabilizing. In fact, he said in some places it's actually gone down. Yeah, I would, but you should have looked into solar panels years ago. Russia has been doing business with Africa. Russia's been doing uh, they haven't changed the amount of business that they've done in Africa. They've been doing the same business since 2005 or six. I have no idea. I have no idea what my who my subs are, what they do. The very if y'all don't tell me what you do, then I don't know. Well, I mean, Swift is it's not a really a ruse. It's a payments. It's a system that goes along with the dollar, and as long as you think you can be treated fairly, um, you stay on it. I mean, a couple small countries get stepped on, but that's okay. You don't ruin it. Russia is not a small country, okay? And this is their timing for stepping on Russia as far as with the SWIFT is way too late because China has a parallel system. I found Yao's channel from your channel. You just said I bought his book. Oh, Master Yao. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be high. But thing is, it's kind of like I said, this kind of stuff. I might explain it on Patreon. I'm not going to explain it here because I have a feeling what they were trying and it didn't work. Everyone will be in jeopardy. Well, I never ask. Like I said, I don't want you to tell me. You shouldn't tell me, and I don't want to know. If they can, I don't think black people first of all, black women and men have to work together before you start a Black People's Party, and that's not on the horizon. Hell, you killed your own reparations movement. So you getting a party together is probably not in the makings. Thoughts on China? Nothing gonna happen, man. Yeah, unless the U.S. does something stupid. And basically, China got satellites, man. U.S. try to put something in that's not supposed to be there. They're gonna start bombing. They'll just blow it up. They can blow them out of the water. The U.S. knows that. No. Why are they'll basically read between the lines. Those systems they sent five. Okay, they didn't send enough. Now I haven't discussed it. They have a lot of African bills, but I haven't that. If it passes, then we'll discuss it. They're behind. They could have did this back in the early 2000s, 2003, when Africans are actually looking for it. Africans are not looking for that. The thing is, they can pass a House resolution bill. It doesn't mean anything, right? Um, because Africans have to accept it. Africans are turning their backs on these people. I don't think it'll reach 12. I don't think it'll reach 12. If it reaches 12, basically your economy will shut down. You know what? Housing is funny because it's so slow. So the banks can ride out empty houses for a long time. Stuart was it Rossman um, actually talked about the storefronts in New York that were empty for like 2 or 3 years. So they can ride out. They can keep a house on the books for empty for 2 or 3 years. So it's kind of hard to say. Well, damn, that hurt a little. I don't know what I hurt you with. I would. I would. The thing is, I mean, I warned everybody about the housing market when Wall Street was buying up all those single family homes, right? Taking the homes off the market to keep the prices up. Okay. The thing is, what will bring the housing, down in a hurry is protest in the street, and we'll have to see if that forms. They start protesting in the street, they'll bring it down. They will bring it down in a hurry. Oh, Black Line, why'd you get blocked? You do know why. Stop that shit. You do know why'd you get blocked. I have to get tired of people saying you don't know why you got blocked. You do know why. Why'd you get blocked? What was your name? Why'd you get blocked? Everybody says they don't know why. You know why you got blocked. I never hide people or block people for no reason. Okay? You know why you got blocked. Stop it. I don't willy nilly just block people because my block list is so long that it's ridiculous. Okay, I got like 300 some odd people on my block list. I don't like digging people out. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna start charging you people for digging you out because I gotta go look for you. It takes me about 30 minutes to find one name now. So you do know, try not to get blocked. Okay, for ADOS to make Liberia the country again, all you have to do is get enough people there and change the constitution. Really, it's still your country. If you get a lawyer, you go over there, get a lawyer, they'll give you citizenship. It's still your country. You don't want to go there. Stop trying to make Liberia your country. Y'all don't want to be there. If you guys wanted to be there, all you had to do is go there. You can go there. They're not stopping you. What company will lead the way in the development of the metaverse? That's hard to say because we don't know if it's American or Chinese. If it's going to be American, it will be Google or Tesla. But I think it's going to be Google. Google has the jump on it. Uh, I would say, um, I would say cloud computing. But either one is fine. Cloud computing probably will make you more money if you're good, but I think cybersecurity is probably more demand, needs more people because you got too many holes in this janky system. You've been raising out parallel semi-governmental structures. Depends on where you are. Okay. You developing one and getting them off the ground, it depends on where you are. Okay, that will they allow it? Okay, because they don't have to allow it. It might be, The thing is, threat to African sovereignty. They don't have enough people to uh They don't have enough people, enough troops to send down into Africa to threaten their sovereignty. Okay, they don't. If you're going to threaten the sovereignty, you got to have boots on the ground. Money is not going to do it. No, you're not always in agreement, man. Why'd you get blocked? Stop. Why'd you get blocked? Don't lie to me. Why'd you get blocked? Tell me the truth. Because I have to go dig you out. I'm not gonna dig you out unless you tell me the truth. No, actually, it's gonna be Google. It's gonna be the metaverse. Facebook doesn't have enough juice. You know why he got blocked? Okay. Why did he get blocked? Yes, it will bring housing down. You don't have enough police. How many police bust heads are during a riot? How many? You only have a million, at best, a million police. What if you have a million people in a large city like Los Angeles or New York or Chicago get out in the streets? And what if it starts spreading across the country? Yeah. Well, we really, we never went there. Okay, we never went there. I mean, Google. If you ask me who's going to lead the metaverse, that my vote would be Google. It wouldn't be Amazon. Google's been working on this. And what's his name? Kurzweil's been working on this for like 25 years. Google's had Kurzweil under contract for like 20 years working on this stuff. So the metaverse is gonna be led by them. They've done the most research on it. Not really. They don't have the infrastructure yet. If they did, you know it. Uh, well, you want to come on, Doc? Gigi, you want to come on? I got your email. So, do you want to come on? You talk about with me. My friend argues that black men had control of their homes. No bullshit. Come on. Go back and read Frazier. What he argues with you? How come? What's his evidence? No. I mean, they've Liberia's had a lot of problems, man. But thing is, you got to go back to the original thing about Liberia. Go back to the colonial society. That's where you got to go. Yeah. So did you want to come up, Gigi? If you want to come up, I'll allow you up. I got another. Ooh, okay. I'll open it up in a minute. It doesn't matter who's hired at the police. There's not enough of them. Yeah. I mean, he's been working on it for a long time. Latest news on CV. Is it over? I don't know what is CV. What do you mean by CV? You good? Okay, you're good. All right. Oh, talking about coronavirus. Okay. We don't know. It's not over. I think that's what you mean. Okay. There's a combination strain that's out there. So be wary of that one. I don't know how bad it is, but we don't know. Is this the calm before the storm? Is it over? I don't know. I hope it's over. I don't want that bad boy back, especially under these circumstances. What hobbies do I have? It depends. Photography, reading, music. Uh, when I was younger, working out, riding a bike. So they're numerous. Now, me doing this is actually came out of a hobby. I hope so. I'd like them one another, but he's kind of old. Oh, you're talking about Jamfar 777. Okay. Nah, no, 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 no. You just chill, man. I thought you wanted to come up. I'm gonna open it up in about 15 minutes anyway. If you want to come up, that's fine. If not, chill, man. Don't have to. We don't know. There's a new one out. I have to when it's actually have more information. We'll run it by Nicole and see what she says. It's over, but I did follow it. I did follow it somewhat. Um, there's a big argument about climate change, man. Climate change. Oh, they had a huge argument between the global South and the Europeans, man. I mean, when the global South, the Africans were talking mucho shit, man. Motherfuckers, you need to pay because we didn't cause it, and you need to uh, pay for some of these some of these fixes because you basically you made all the money. I mean, they were talking mucho shit. Um, I would say make your content shorter. Um, and focus on something, man, because you're all over the place. But the thing is, uh, you got to make your channel about something. Okay, got to focus on one thing that people can actually go back to. Basically, basically for young people, what's bothering you? That's what most young people gravitate. You're 20. What do young people like you gravitate to? Yeah, everybody constantly comes up and said, "I don't know why I got blocked." Because I had one dude that said it. On Gigi's panel, right? We were talking about something else, and he says I blocked him for no reason, right? And then he starts going in, and you know how people start spamming your chat and with whatever they want to talk about. I say, see, that's the reason you got blocked the last time. If you have high food prices, high gas prices, high unemployment, if you have you have a rent crisis where your rent's kind of doubled or no, not trouble, but went up 25, 30%. And you got people out in the street because they can't afford rent or houses. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to think they'll take it laying down? I'm in a luxury bathtub. Oh, someone I know. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I ain't going. Uh, I'm not even going to say. If it's somebody that I know, hopefully it's not somebody I know. Hopefully not mine though. What I don't have to worry about stepson is one thing, is about but son-in-law. I think is that what you talked about? As long as they ain't son-in-law, I don't care about stepson. What books am I reading on politics? We're actually going to go actually rereading, starting to reread Tragedy and Hope because it's something I want to pull out of there. I just bought two books by what's his name? Andre. What the fuck is his name? um, Russian dude, Russian military dude, Andre. What's his name? I can't remember. Uh, got one of those. I'm right in the middle of. I got to finish. Freedom is not enough. Talk about the Monahan report, and that's by James Patterson. Ooh, what else I got? What else got on my template that I'm reading? I gotta. I'm actually glancing at the Gramsci because I want to know about what they mean by hegemonic cultural hegemony. I got a feeling I know what he means, but I got about 3, 4 books that I'm reading, but it depends on what it is. I got so many books in the queue. It's ridiculous. But the one I'm guessing going back to is Tragedy and Hope, and trying to finish Freedom Is Not Enough. Talk about the Money Report. To which economic forum? The World Economic Forum? Yes, I just did. It wasn't it wasn't. They didn't reveal as much as they usually do. But yeah, I did. One I was actually looking at talking about AIs and quantum computing. They took that one off. It was up, and then I tried to go back and finish it. And they put that bad boy in private. So there's something up. But right now, the biggest thing going on in the world right now is the clash between Russia and China and the U.S. Being played out in Ukraine. That's the biggest thing now. Everything else is going to take second place. So World Economic Forum really doesn't know what to do because it's nah, don't get his naked ass up on the panel. Let him do what he do. He's got an entanglement. If my door doesn't get kicked in, I don't think yours would either. And say, but you be doing something you be doing on the low, Adrian. Adrian, wasn't your degree in history? I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. Morningstar, what's up? You doing it and them accepting it are two different things. Because it's real easy to get it over with. Ooh, okay. Yeah, yeah. They got to get it out of somebody. It's got to come out of somebody's side. There's no attempts to undermine the Second Amendment. Okay, there aren't. There aren't. They're not going to take away your guns. What they really want to do is restrict who can get them. Okay, you shouldn't be able to just walk in and get whatever you want and start killing people. Government has to have some kind of control over it. They always have. It's not the first time. Uh, I might. Okay, I'll do. Yeah, Gigi, I'll be happy to do it for you. Yeah, I'll do it with you. I mean, I have in the past. Uh, I have to know what your interest is because it would take hell just talking about a current list. I'll do a current list because trying to go back and without knowing your interest is going to be hard. No, Second Amendment is like a second only to freedom of religion. There's a reason for the Second Amendment, and it's too ingrained into the United States. You're not even if you banned all guns, who's going to come get them? Who's actually going to come get them? They're not stupid. You guys think these people are stupid, and they're not. Booker T, not really. But you got to understand. You have to understand what they're saying and the results after they tried to make that compromise. Shit didn't work. Atlanta compromise failed. Yep. 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 Yeah. I saw. I was getting a pizza for my grandson, right? And right across the street from the pizza. In fact, it was a chick, old chick, man, old strag, man, walking to the car with the pizza, and she said, I said, I don't want pizza, I want sex. I just looked at her, right, and so I looked across the street, man. There's like 4 or 5 homeless women, man, sitting against the fence, man, like it was like they were on a picnic, eating and drinking. Okay, just sitting there, broad daylight, just sitting there against the fence. A couple of guys, probably 4 or 5, just homeless women. That's how bad it's gonna get. And it's just starting. You can settle it. Basically, it's been settled. It really got settled in 1964. That's when it settled. There really is no debate. I don't know why people think there is. People don't or they don't even know what it's about. I don't. If you'd have to go back, I've actually listed a book list in my community tab. I've listed my book list on my Patreon, but you probably have to go back and find it. Okay, it's not pinned. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Not really. They're not going to take over Taiwan. They have no reason to take over Taiwan. Basically, economically, they've already taken over Taiwan because Taiwan depends on them economically. So they already have them. They don't need to take them over physically. Yeah, history. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was history. You're good at it because I see how you do research. I got books and comic books. You probably do. But but the thing is, you don't have 20,000 articles in Evernote, and I do. Nah, entanglement means an affair, not BDSM. Come on, Grinch, you know what entanglement is. Just like Jada Pinkett's entanglement. It means you're bumping uglies if you're entangled. Well, yeah, yeah, fend for itself. But basically, they're out of money. Yeah, they're out of money. They're trying to tell people during COVID that was it. Not really. Okay, not really. What? Okay, Ted. What did Kissinger and Soros? Now Kissinger and Soros can't stand each other, right? They cannot stand each other. Guess what they did? They agreed. Kissinger agreed. Kissinger and Soros actually agreed. They said what they're doing in Ukraine, this global civilization can't take it. Okay, not gonna be able to take it with the stuff that they're doing. That's how come I do believe that in LA. I have no idea. What are you talking about? And we got about 5 minutes. I'm opening it up. Uh, Not really, man. They have ghost factories that can make any kind of gun you want, right? With CNC machines. Okay, they're not going to take away your guns. They're not going to stop selling them. Okay, they're not because if some white boys out in the street marching and rioting, they're not going to do anything with the guns. They can't. They don't really need to. If they want to do something to you, they can do it to you economically. They don't, the guns aren't going to help you. Yeah, CNC machines, 3D printers, all kind of stuff. They can't get rid of guns, right? Every time they say they're going to take your guns, guess what? You have more guns. 1,000 in Detroit? Jesus Christ. Woo, that is sky high in Detroit. I remember Detroit, man, you could rent a whole house for like $100. Those are the banks, so that's Wall Street doing that shit though. And ain't that many people trying to buy houses in Detroit. Uh, no, no, no. Simps can't afford to. There's only so many simps, man. There ain't enough simps to take all these women. There's nothing you can do about that, man. There's nothing you can do about that. Some of the most violent places in the world have very strict gun control. Nothing you can do about that. Anyway, last round of questions. What are three of your favorite foods other than pork and bean sandwiches? I hated pork and bean sandwiches. I hated those. Three favorite foods. That's a good question. Hmm, real good question. I don't know. That's a good question. I never thought about what a favorite food was. A nice steak. A nice steak. Yeah, lobster if I can get it, yeah, which I like lobster. Um, it depends on what I'm in the mood for. Uh, good Chinese food dish if I can find, depending on what it is. I love and what I do like is really like uh is like beef teriyaki, or chicken teriyaki. I love teriyaki. I could eat that all day. If it's Mexican, I like side of quesadillas, especially with the way the Guatemalans fix it. Um, hmm. In and Out burger, if I can, when I can get one. What else? What would I kill for? Can't think of one. A military exercise, but because they're training together, they're actually training together. Nah, Russia can. If China wants to take Manchuria or something like that, Russia can do very little about it. No, there's no need. China's plans are actually bigger than that. They don't have no need to take over Manchuria. Doesn't mean anything to them. And okay, I showed my cousin from NASA your Moscow Times email. She says, "Cuz don't text me that stuff." I have that effect on people. Well, how you balance it? You better give them jobs. You better give them hope. Because if not, guess what you're gonna get? Okay, is what it is. Hell, they don't even have to have guns. They had to have guns. The guns are just part of it. Molotov cocktail do way more damage than a gun to your infrastructure. Joe, what's up? From my ground roll from my old job. Move. Don't basically, Marcus, you got a retirement check. You got a whole world, man. You can go across the border and live on 20% of whatever you have now. Go to Ghana, go to DR, go to Guatemala, go to Central America. Move. If you don't have to hit a clock, move. Don't stay here. Get your passport and go. Unless you got a reason to stay. Well, of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it's going to be ugly. They're at war. They're not going to take your guns, man. Stop. What they need to keep these dudes off of these ADHD drugs. That's probably what's happening. That's the one thing that I have not seen. Where are these kids on ADHD? Were they on Ritalin or something like that? They haven't said. Every time I see a mass shooting, them dudes are on something. Okay, they're on some kind of psychotropic drug. And gun support, there's a reason for it. But the thing is, you can still buy a gun. Okay. Can you carry a gun? Can you open carry? No, but you can buy a gun. Buy a whole bunch of guns. I got people with AR-15s. You can buy guns. This well, the simps are becoming more vocal. Simps are. Hey, we got purple pill simps here in the manosphere. So don't get upset. Artisan is has stabilized. Artisan says he raised enough money to pay his rent, and he's working on other kinds of endeavors to actually start, turn the shop around. So everybody's working with him. We're trying to get enough support for him, so what we don't have to have this crisis anymore. So and try to make him successful. But we actually raised enough money to actually stabilize him. He paid his rent, so he's good right now. He's good right now. So he's got room to breathe. He was back to his old self. I don't know, man. I think he's just fucking with me. Not really. Not really. Not in Cali, man. Fat burgers are okay, but In-N-Out burgers are probably would be number one in Southern Cal by far. Everybody says the same thing, unless you're gonna get one of those boutique burgers. He would kill for a brioche roll. Yeah. Oh yeah, brioche. The all beef hot dogs and a brioche bun is a killer. Or a ham and cheese sandwich, brioche, and a little sharp cheddar. Yep. Johnny's pastrami's okay. Louis Burgers they're okay. They're okay. In and Out. If there's the vote, In and Out will be the top burger joint in Southern California. Anywho, where's the PhD simp? I haven't seen any PhD simps come out. At least not over here. The PhD simps don't really come over and fuck with the manosphere. So the guy was not PhD. He dropped out of the program. I don't know what his program was in. Hey, there's a reason it now came to Texas. Give the people what they want. All right, I'm dropping the link. So, pepper jack's okay. Yeah, croissants are okay, but thing is, you got to try brioche, thick sliced brioche, or get or a chili dog with a sprinkle of Mexican cheese and 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 uh, and a brioche bun with all beef hot dog. Some red onions, killer. They will always buy weaves. Okay, the weaves will always be with you. All right, the link is there. I think. Oh, no, I didn't. Let me hit the send button. Okay, the link is there. We'll go about an hour. Zoloft, SSRI. Zoloft is actually will actually calm people down. Zoloft, no one is the women that people I see on Zoloft are actually women more than anybody else. Now, thought you was chilling, Doc.
Hey man, can you hear me?
I got you.
You're good.
Hey man, look. The only reason I want to do this damn show with you about the fucking Booker T. Washington and
Uh huh.
W.E.B. Du Bois debate
Uh huh.
is
Uh
I'm
huh.
tired of these fucking trolls, man. You
Okay.
know, and I think that would give the proper context for which a lot of these guys' statements are being made in a vacuum, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like you expect okay. And the reason I say that shit is this, man. Like Booker T. Washington
Mm-hmm.
was urging for white folks in the South to invest in black men,
Yeah.
to serve as a labor force.
Yeah.
But we live in a service-based economy now. It's
Oh,
fucking that
okay.
shit is done. Like,
Okay.
like
Okay. The argument between Booker T and uh
W.B. Du Bois.
and then Du Bois was economic versus civil, right?
correct.
Which one was more important, right? Okay. So Atlanta Compromise was the invest in us, will be the labor force, will earn our way and whatnot, right? Okay.
Right.
What happened after that, right? They started burning down fucking towns. You start working, prospering, what did they do to you? They start burning their towns down because you didn't have what? Have civil rights. You didn't have equal protection under the law.
Exactly. And so the whole point is, what's the use of being able to amass a fucking fortune when a group of fucking dudes in hoods or a group of
Exactly.
old boys can come and
Yeah.
just take the shit.
Shake
And
your
then if,
shit.
and then if you
Yep.
try to combat it,
Yeah.
there's no legal
And
recourse.
then recourse. So you cannot have economic rights or economic stability or like that earn your way economically without having civil rights. Okay. Unless you live in a just society. And guess what we don't live in?
Oh
We don't
man,
live in a just society.
this is the
So the
best place there ever was.
yeah, well, yeah, but in some senses there is. You got advantages, but the thing is, I don't know any country that's a perfectly just society, in my opinion.
No,
There's
there
not.
are none.
There
There
are
are.
none. So in other words, you know, you didn't rectify that until you got to 1945, because they try to repeat the same shit that they did in after World War I in 2019, 29, oh, no, 1919, which is the Red Summer, when they start burning down houses, hanging people, and killing folks. Right? Okay, you cannot. It doesn't matter if you work your ass off or earn your way up if they're gonna just hang you or burn your business down or drive you out of the city. Right? Doesn't work. You have to have civil rights. They go hand in hand. That's what Du Bois was trying to tell you. You can't have one without the other. So basically, that argument has been gone. Okay, that
Exactly.
argument about that stuff has been gone. It's over. It's been over.
That's what I. But I'm gonna tell you what still remains.
Okay.
What remains are the vestiges of the self-help, self-determination argument. So the idea is
Exactly.
that so the idea is that okay, we need to be more action-based, we need less intellectuals, we need less talking, we need more doing. We need the establishment of businesses. We need,
Yeah.
you know,
Hold on for a second. Artisan, put your information in with your GoFundMe and all that kind. Your GoFundMe, your Patreon, and all that kind of stuff. But go ahead and start putting that stuff in so people can actually know where to go while we got through it. How many people we got watching? Got 300 people watching. So start putting that stuff in, man, and actually, put your channel in, all your information. You got a wrench, so go ahead and do it. Go ahead, Gigi. I'm sorry.
well, you got a lot of black business owners, who are
Hmm.
conservatives in the space, or a few of
Okay.
them, and they
Hmm.
start thumping them chairs to stump. They start thumping their chest like they're actually doing something positive for the black community. Like
Okay.
everybody else is talking, but they're building businesses. And
Okay.
my response to the shit is, dude, you motherfuckers sound like Donald Sterling, man. Who gives them their jobs and their houses and allows them to buy cars? I feed them. Like, bruh, ain't no Negroes. There are small businesses in the
Hmm.
United States owned
Yeah.
by Negroes. Okay,
Yeah.
let's not dispute that. But where's the labor coming from? Primarily, most of these motherfuckers, man, they got businesses. If they're not service-based businesses like
Hmm.
moving or shipping and some shit like that,
Uh-huh.
you gotta assemble products where you typically not fucking with no American labor to put shit together.
Hmm.
You're gonna outsource the labor. So you're really not employing Negroes, no way, unless you got a
Yeah.
service-based economy. I mean,
Yeah.
a service-based business,
Hmm.
you know. But shit, come on, man. Like
You,
we
you you're
already
not you're not in control of this economy. You're not.
we already saw during COVID that the NFL was perceived to be a fucking small business, bro.
Hmm.
So what the fuck are you doing with your small business, man? You feeding like 1,000 families or some shit?
You
This
know what? I don't mind for them thumping their chest because if they're if they're actually having a successful business, so a little thumping of the chest is fine. But man, don't come with that bullshit. Okay, there's only so much you can do. Stop.
and that's my point exactly. You're not going to change the overall social economic condition of black people through the development of small businesses, bro. That shit ain't
No,
about to pop off.
no. Changing the condition of his people is the function of the state. Okay, how what they do, what they invest in, where the money goes, where the taxes go, where the resources go. They determine that. You don't. You can do a little bit, but you can't do this stuff by yourself. Hell, they could tax you out of existence if they really want to, or just shift whatever business you do. They can shift that stuff, right? They can just shift it. They can actually dry your business up if they want to. Just shift it. Just a little law, a shift flow where supplies go. They can just shift that stuff. They can actually eminent domain just come in and take your business if they want to. Thing is that this is a a big society, and you we're just a small part of it. So you have to play the game. It is what it is.
Peace.
Yep. So that debate about I don't even they really don't understand what Booker T was saying and what Du Bois was saying. and the ramifications. So that's been settled a long time. I don't know why it's still a thing.
Well,
Well
it's
before there was service economy. Go ahead.
well, it's to me, it's a bunch of niggas trying to be trolls
Uh-huh.
and basically saying, "What are you doing? You just talking. We need action and solution based approaches." And so,
No,
you know, that shit,
well, no thing is, okay, we need, if you need, that means you're not doing.
bam. Where's your fucking organization?
Where's your
Where's your
organization?
structure?
Where's your structure?
Where's your money?
Where's your money?
Where's
Yep.
your like? Where are your fucking institutions?
Right.
Give me the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I try to tell guys, look, they're like, well, what's the solution to all of this? What's the answer to white supremacy? I told motherfuckers the other day, bro. I say you got 4 fucking options, man. You can take your ass to Africa. Go back.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to deal with white folks, man, take your ass back to Africa. Okay. Number 2, you can go get some guns and start shooting motherfuckers, man.
Okay,
That-
that's not gonna work out well. But go ahead.
well, it's an option. If
Yeah.
it's a solution, it's revolutionary suicide. But hey, okay. Number 3, you can work on policy, okay, and work through the political system, which is difficult as shit in America. It's inconvenient. It's not an expeditious process,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Or 4, you can do what the MGTOW motherfuckers say, or like the
Well,
SYSDM cats say.
mm-hmm.
Mind your business and do the best you can for yourself, and
Yeah.
get on down the road.
Yeah.
Those are the only solutions to this shit. Now, which one do you want to pick? Okay, like the ideological, let's all be together. That shit ain't gonna work. We already went through black nationalism.
How long they been talking about that?
God, it's about well since the 40s. Okay, what do you think Marcus Garvey? Really, since Marcus Garvey.
And I'm a black nationalist. Do you think I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to see niggas operate in concert to overcome oppression and
Mm-hmm.
domination? I would like to see
I
it.
do too, but I live in reality.
Well, the thing is, your women are not on board for this shit. Okay, they're not. So
And,
if you can't get
They
the whole
go
society
book
on
us
board,
every step of the way.
if you're not, they're not. If everybody's not on board, then it's not going to happen.
and I was trying to tell him, you know, a guy that was a troll to me. I was trying to explain, look, white supremacy has permeated all areas of black life. So, and because it has gotten to the home at the current moment, okay, and it did so arguably through the welfare state, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
as far as I'm concerned, the welfare state is a paternalistic set of bureaucracies that
Yeah.
dictate what you are supposed to do and are not supposed to do as a condition for you receiving
Yeah.
whatever benefits that they have to give.
Basically, AFDC. If you go back and read it, because I read it in Gilliam's book, right? What she said was um, AFDC was actually meant to be a stopgap to widows got their Social Security from their husband. It was
It's a
never
mother's
supposed to be a whole
pensions
program.
program. It was a
It's a mother's
mother's
pe-
pension.
it's a mother's pensions program. That's what it's supposed to be, right? It's been bastardized over the past 80 years.
But the problem is that, you know, look, America had a choice and a decision. I said this shit a long time ago. I even did a show on it called Thugs and Welfare Queens.
Hmm. Oh
There
yeah,
was
yeah.
there was
I got a strike for that one for reposting that too.
which is crazy to me. I don't
It
understand it.
is. I don't
But,
understand it either, but I just said, I don't mind. I said I'll take that one. Well, go ahead.
there was a set of bills,
Hmm.
and I think 43 or 45 called the Murray Wagner Dingle bills, right? And
Hmm.
they were basically proposing a single payer healthcare tax system and a
Hmm.
social safety net for all Americans. And it was a spillover from a commission that was put together by Franklin Delano Roosevelt to deal with the poverty issue,
Hmm.
which, you know, I mean, you know, he
Yeah,
came
they
with
had
the
to.
New
It
Deal,
had to at the time. Yeah.
but it was an extension of the New Deal, and it
Hmm.
would have provided a social safety net in perpetuity, not just for women, okay, but for all Americans,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But it's actually designed for white women their husbands were not there or died.
But
That's what it was
but
designed for.
but I'm talking about the Murray Wagner Dingle bill, which was rejected. It never saw the floor of Congress.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
people who blocked the shit, they were the American Medical Association,
Hmm.
the American Federation of Labor, and the
Hmm.
Congress of Industrial Organizations,
Hmm.
and the capitalist business class.
Yeah,
Now,
oh yeah, because that's a socialist bill. That's a block too far.
now the compromise is Social Security and shit like that, okay.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, man, America, man, basically is telling motherfuckers to fend for themselves, and then they wonder why these motherfuckers with these guns is going wild and out and shit.
Yeah, as long as
You
you
know?
can feed them, house them, you're good.
Exactly.
What happens when you can't?
Well, nobody really pays it. So what Green Gorilla is talking about, nobody really pays attention to systematic shit because they bought into that neoliberal fucking Milton Friedman, Ayn Rand ass do for self type shit, and they bought into it for the past 40 plus years.
Yeah,
And I don't think you can get them out of it.
that's what they've been taught.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
they've been taught.
In the university, oddly enough, because this is the one thing that fucks me up, right?
NBA, who are you, man?
It's the broke jeans.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But
nigga, you always changing your name. Okay, well, go ahead.
and I'm
Cause
gonna
I
say
ain't broke no more.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hey, I heard that.
So what are you, the
Hey,
middle class
congratulations.
genius now?
Yeah. No,
Right.
never broke again.
Uh-huh.
This is my last comment, man. I'm gonna
No,
be
no, go
done
ahead.
with this
No,
shit,
no,
right?
Mm-hmm.
no.
But
You always got a seat here, man. Keep going.
motherfuckers don't understand. See, the one thing that these cats do is they decry the liberal scholars and shit like that. Which
Mhm.
look, I'm not here to say that I'm like enamored with some of the shit that's coming from the scholarship from the left. I'm
Mhm.
not, okay? But at the same time, you got to understand all of these motherfucking laissez-faire, classical
Yep.
economics and shit, they are also
Yep.
part of the university system, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Chicago boys.
And those are liberals, man. They're not conservatives. Those are liberals.
And the business schools, they are also responsible for the
Mhm.
proliferation of this kind of
Facts.
ideology.
And laissez-faire liberals, yeah.
And here's my viewpoint though. Like at the
Mhm.
end of the day, I try to tell these cats, man, and you might disagree. You study finance, okay?
Mhm.
To me, economics is a social science, bro.
It is. It is.
It's not a fucking hard science
It
with
is not.
laws and rules and precepts
It
like
is not.
physics
It is not.
or chemistry.
It's
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 an
a so
assumption
yes.
about what human nature is like and what
Yeah.
people will do.
Yep.
But human beings are not fucking rational calculators, man.
Nope.
They do shit based on feelings, emotions, and
Facts.
desires.
And their environment that's around them.
That's one of the reasons I had a problem with university college life. When you get into the humanities, it's more about are you pleasing the professor rather than actually following the curriculum or
Mhm.
making the proper uh points in your papers and your context of your tests. It's more of like they
It's it's
forcing you to
it's it's
please
so
them.
it's socialization.
Yeah,
And
I
trust and believe. It's not just the students, also the professors. Have they? It's a real.
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
want to say
saying is
narrow, but it's
they
controlled.
they control the grade. So it's like if you try to, I find myself like back when I was going to school, if
Mm-hmm.
you actually dialogue with the professor and
Mm-hmm.
actually even argue points,
Mm-hmm.
your grade is in jeopardy by doing that.
Depends on the professor.
Yeah, it depends, man. Like I would never like if you're a conservative in my class and I could tell you're a racist, if you make good arguments, like what the fuck can I do, dude? You just
Yeah.
made a good ass
Yeah.
argument. I'm not
Because
like
because some professors like spunk from their students because it shows that they care.
and
Yep.
I've even had courses where the kids will attack the conservative guy. Like, I mean, to
Mm-hmm.
start going off on them and like start yelling at him. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
hold up, motherfuckers. You got to argue with this guy. You can't just start yelling at him and using ad hominems. You have to rebut what it is that he's talking about in a civil and I ain't saying you got to be impartial and be totally devoid of any emotive expression, but goddamn, you can't just be going off on motherfuckers in the class because this
Mm-hmm.
is actually supposed to be a training ground for how you deal with democracy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It
That's
is.
what it's supposed to be. But you
Mhm.
motherfuckers, you feel like you can gang up on people. And so, like, my whole thing is, man, the forceless force of the better argument, man, is what rules the day. And that's what it is to me. Now,
Yeah. You got some lazy professors out there that don't want you to buck the system, but for the most, a lot of professors actually want you to actually debate with them, even talk to them.
man,
Normally, if you
these
talk to your professor, you actually get a better grade.
man, go visit if you're a young motherfucker out there and you're in college, man, go see that dude in the office or that
Yeah,
girl in the office hours, man.
yeah, office hours. Yeah, you'd be surprised.
That's where you get the game on what's gonna be on the test.
That's true. Yeah,
Mhm.
So anyway, I'm out, man. I'm just gonna listen. I'm pulling back and listening, man.
All right.
No.
What you eating? What you eating, man? Or you already ate?
Man, I'm about to cook these chicken wings.
Mhm.
I'm about to make these. I got a deep fryer, man. I put
Oh,
shit in the
okay. Okay.
fryer, man.
What are your sides? Unless you doing
Man,
waffles or something like that.
I'm going ghetto lounge, man. Fries, baby.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Man, you
Okay.
know, HEB hot and spicy ketchup, man. And
Oh, okay. All right.
Ooh.
All right. The seasoned salt.
oh yeah, I got seasoned salt and Tony Cacheray, man.
Oh, all right. All
That's
right.
what I
All
put
right.
Y'all
on my
making a Negro hungry again.
It don't hurt to
Sounds like
eat.
some Midwest shit to me.
No,
man.
Green
That's the
Gorilla, is that a free range yard bird you messing with? I hope it ain't
shit.
processed.
man. That motherfucker's genetically modified organism, man.
Oh, Green, why you doing yourself, bro?
Hey man,
You
you
need to
know,
watch
hey
this
man, I got
documentary on poultry. I ain't ate that shit in over 25 years, and if you knew what I knew, you wouldn't touch that shit unless it's a free range.
well, you
Fuck
know
that
what, man.
death
Let me just say this shit, man. I've had guys tell me the same shit, right? The
Mm.
same, like I got partners that's vegetarians, man, that smoke cool filter kings and shit. I'm like, nigga, what the
Well,
fuck
I
are you
smoke
talking about?
Newport Cool for the Kings. I smoke a cigar and a tobacco pipe, and I mess with a little bit of the hog, and I mess with all of the beef. But that goddamn yard, but that death bird, fuck that death bird, fuck that.
Hey man,
Yeah.
hey look, that motherfucker gonna satisfy my goddamn appetite tonight.
Well,
But you know,
well,
but
everybody
I
know.
point
think
well
go
taken.
fill up your gut.
Point
everybody-
well taken, man. You know what I need to do, man. You know, my mom and them, man, and my uncle and them back in the day, them
Mhm.
motherfuckers used to raise chickens in the backyard, man.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You know what
Free
I'm saying?
Which
range.
one?
It's called free range chicken. That's the only healthy kind of bird you can kill and eat. Yeah,
Better start doing that.
no sir.
But y'all
Yeah.
be peaceful, man. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna withdraw and listen to the conversation as it
Have a good one,
unfolds.
GG.
All
Y'all
right.
be
Yeah.
peaceful.
Thank you,
Peace.
Gigi.
Enjoy your
Peace.
chicken,
All right.
god damn it.
All right.
I'm happy he opened the door for the talk of pretty much economics and how Booker T and the window at which he was saying that, and if we still live in that world, which people here for the most part know we don't live in that world anymore, but I think
Mhm.
our pride and our ego doesn't want to let it go, so we still on the Booker T shit, which at the time 1920, I mean, like 1920s and whatever, yeah, that made sense. In late 1800s, yeah, that made sense.
Yeah,
But you
you
live in
got
a post-industrial world now, so
it didn't make sense because what happened to your towns when you actually built them up?
I mean, I
They
wasn't even
flooded
adding
them.
that part. I'm not even gonna add that part, BDS.
It didn't work. Okay, it didn't work.
I'm not adding the burning of of towns and the bombings and all of that.
Before you build any kind of business or something like that, you have to be able to do what?
Protected.
Defend it.
Yep.
Defend it. You can't defend it.
You
Doesn't
have to defend
we're
the
not.
Yeah,
infrastructure.
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that part. But
Yes, sir.
even before we get there, what I'm saying is it doesn't make sense now because you live in a post-industrial society, and I don't know if we're in the same era anymore, right? Like
No, we're not.
that's why
No, not close.
that's why I bring up the fact like
We're actually
entrepreneurial. Go ahead.
we're actually an agricultural society back then.
Yeah,
Going into
yeah.
an industrial society. We hit the industrial stride until like the 1920s.
And now we're in an industrial age, and
Post.
entrepreneurship is at a 40-year low. Well, pre-COVID, it was at a 40-year low. And when
Mhm.
I tell people that, that's my way of saying like, yeah, you could be mad at black people for not starting enough businesses, but that's not even just a black people thing. Like, you want them to start businesses and go up against who? Jeff Bezos?
The thing is, you can start a business, but you have to have what? Customers.
Capital.
What if your customers don't have
Yep,
money?
Customer
yep,
and
No,
yep.
capital.
you can have all the capital you want, but your business is gonna sink if it doesn't have what? Customers.
Well,
True.
yeah. Nah. What's up, everybody?
What's going
What's
on,
up,
Ed?
Ed?
So
What's going on, Ed?
Yeah,
What's up, Tsunami?
I just got off my. I tell you, man, my streams. So apparently, to get black women, niggas need to be criminals now.
Man, I mean, you know what?
According
Who
to
cares?
Smirgo.
I was, man, you know what, man? I already told, Smirgo don't want to talk to me anyway, man, because I read his game.
Niggas need to be criminals, man. I'm like, yeah. Jesse was there, but anyway, I don't even want to make it about that. But as far as the
Anything for
business
that
thing,
pussy, huh?
Smart.
yeah,
well, criminal will hit them
I,
back.
well, he got mad. He got mad because I said you chasing low hanging fruit, man.
Oh well, that's what Marty said. He
Yeah,
got
he
mad,
is.
bitch.
Yeah, you think you're gonna hang your fruit.
Yeah.
You're not getting the Phi Beta
So,
Kappa, aka chicks. Come on.
Hey,
Yo,
BGS,
the good
man.
thing we
Get,
found out on your stream
Hold
or
on,
whatever
hold on,
is nigga
get him.
Smurgo,
hold
he ain't no
on.
true Pookie, man. He a Pookie light, man.
Yeah.
He talking
Oh
all that
shit.
romantic he talking all that romantic shit on your stream.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Smurgo.
Smurgo ain't no
Smurgo. He
Pookie
said,
boy.
No.
Smurgo don't have no romantic
yeah,
bone in his body.
No,
Basically,
no, he
You
was
heard
talking.
it.
Smurgo dates trash. Okay, go ahead, Pookie.
He
yeah.
was talking shit. Smurgo was
Smurg.
talking shit, talking about he was doing the roses and shit at the hotel for one of his chicks.
Bullshit.
oh boy.
It was right after you left, BJ, because you remember I wasn't gonna bring Spurgo up there, and then I said, all right, because I didn't want everybody to start, pulling the tiki torches out for Clarence, man, because that's what started to happen.
Oh, he left. He saw me coming. He left.
Oh, Clarence. Yeah, man.
and he saw that red
Clarence,
lightsaber go off, and then like
Yeah,
he
yeah, he
went like,
left. He
"Oh
bounced.
one,
Yeah, he
yo, we go.
bounced.
hey,
Hey, you can say what you want to about that shit being trash, but that's a good gif, man. You and
Oh, don't
then
get me
niggas
started on.
start running.
Don't get me
Go,
started on
go ahead,
Clarence.
go ahead.
hey,
Sorry, Chris, my
hey.
bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on, brother. Let me get this statement out because I don't want to crash into nobody on the road. Because I got one hand on the steering wheel. I'm
Get the
living
state.
dangerous.
Hey. We don't need a
Son, what
story.
are
Get
you
the
doing?
statement out.
But
Get your
okay,
statement out. Hurry up.
what I was gonna say is, I don't know why Smurgo he still comes up here with the same old fucking belief, man. Like he's not really about that real Pookie lifestyle, man. And the way
Because
he betrays is like real. It's just at this point, it's like hypocritical as fuck, and that shit is like getting annoying.
he ain't got nobody to listen to him. That's all.
No, but shut
It's
it. Yeah,
it's
it
bullshit.
is. It is what it is. I mean, you got that though. That's how it is in the space. I mean, I loved it. You had, Clarence. You had one side and you had the other side, man. You had the guilt and then you had ego. Like that's what I told
Don't
y'all.
get me
So
started on Clarence.
anyway,
Listen to him in BGS. I was like, I went to sleep. I was like, yeah, like I know who you are.
yeah, Clarence be laughing. Clarence be tripping me out though. He
You're
be
like,
giving.
you
Hey yo,
got
say what you.
raised.
Say what you want to about Clarence. He be generating me super chats though.
You do got some good lines though.
He generates some what?
He be generating me some good super chats though. Niggas be like,
Oh,
man, fuck
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
that
He's anti. Yeah.
nigga. Why you always
Man,
letting
He got
this
some good
nigga
lines
up?
though. Keaching needs training.
man,
Oh,
That's a good one.
that's his best line now. I had to give him
Yeah,
credit.
I'll give him that one.
One of the best
Pookie,
lines in the
Pookie, roll
space.
your window up, Pookie.
Pookie in the drop
Roll
top.
your window up, Pookie. Goddamn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's all right. I'll mute him if
I'm
he
on
gets
the
mad.
freeway. All the windows are rolled up.
Hey
Uh-huh.
yo, that nuclear physicist just need a little coaching. Let these motherfuckers say it. He just
What
need
the,
little.
the thing is the thing is they come up and attack guys like that because they have an inferiority complex. That's all it's from.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all it
See, a
is.
Yeah, they
lot
know
a
they
lot of
can't
them
handle that dude.
chicks.
Go ahead, broke genius.
Yeah, a lot of them chicks, man. See, I don't advocate for people to watch porn, but it might help in that case because a lot of them chicks, man, are like OnlyFans chicks, man. They like you just supposed to get them like $200, man, and you come on their face, man, for an extra $50. I mean,
Damn.
taking them any way serious, more serious than that, it's like,
I wouldn't pay a chick
come on.
$200 for no pussy. Man,
Hey,
pussy's all the same.
My thing is
but,
this: why
but
are niggas
BGS,
worrying
All the
about
time.
chicks that don't?
uh,
Why are niggas worried about chicks that don't want them? Man, I'm tired of niggas complaining about chicks not wanting them. Man, move, go your ass to Africa, Kenya, Latin America. I'm tired of niggas complaining about chicks that don't want them. If y'all don't want you, move on,
But
it's
the thing is, the Negroes are trying to defend their choices in women. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what
they're
true.
it
trying
is.
to do.
And I think it's more about what they want them for, because it's not as if they don't want men at all. For the most part, I can still say the majority of the female population does want a man for some kind of reason. It's more about what the reason is. And another thing I'm worried about BGS is discernment in this new era, because I'm worried about I don't want to turn like some of these girls that are actually like just trying to get a relationship, or just trying to just be on some chill kind of vibe and not do anything crazy. I don't want to turn them towards the dark side and then be
Well,
all scorned because
What you want
I'm
to the dark side? Well, then,
well, well, sir, true.
because,
But
they
here's
it's not
already
already up
on
to
the
you.
dark side.
yeah,
It's
but
not
here's
already up to you.
yeah, here's the thing. But here's the thing, because that's the argument. A lot of dudes like the
Pookie, you gotta
anti
put your window up or
that
something,
that
bro. That
Yeah,
background is horrible.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mute yourself until you want to talk.
Yeah, the Anton is like because when dudes say you create the women you complain about, which is just like mimicking what we say, which is actually not true. That shit is not. I don't know why people always say that shit. Like you,
Because they just like what CJ says, it's all about the man. No, it's not. It's
yeah,
about her mama.
yeah. So my point to what Sir Truth was saying is, if you're one of these homebody chicks and you want. If you want these, because they do still exist, it's just not in great numbers. If you want these homebody chicks and you got a girl next door vibe, the bar is so low. You can get pretty, unless if you like a six and up, ain't nothing wrong. You can get the dudes that you want. Like this, I like as far as that you looking for the most part. The problem is usually when you see these chicks that go bad, what they try to do is they try to simp, aka throw pussy at a nigga that
Mm.
Yep.
every bitch is trying to do. Like we ain't even talking about no top 20. We talk about the top 10, but which means they just like the same chicks, looking for the same social media or rapper or all that, and then they get played and then they get mad. That's what that is. Or you got them chicks that you gotta watch that they smarter than the average bear, that they will have a boyfriend as a relationship, but that dude is just a placeholder. But because they smart enough to
Yep.
understand that they need security. And then that nigga on see that's them 50-50 Negroes. And I'm not talking about niggas that are doing 50-50 because they can leverage that. I'm talking about dudes that they do 50-50 because they on some teamwork bullshit. And then they wonder, and then them chicks, they like the type of dudes where the chick could literally like say, I'm going to the NBA All-Star game, and then nigga may say something, but you know he gonna shut up at the end of the day. Like them niggas. Those are
Then
two
Well,
different
Charles.
kinds of
if
dudes.
you
I'm
compromise
sorry,
like
Charles.
that,
Go
you don't
ahead.
need to be
Hmm.
need to be married to her.
Well,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and usually what happens is those dudes they'll just do long term relations. It's that in and out stuff. So no, I hear what you're saying, but the point is,
Uh
if
huh.
you're one of these women that want to actually have a relationship, that is available. So don't
Hmm.
ever let these hoes tell you they couldn't find a dude. That's bullshit. That's
Well, not
bullshit.
only that, Ed, what you were speaking about earlier, a lot of people just don't want to own the fact that women got agency. She does have a mind of her own. It's not.
Ex-
It's not because men ain't doing this or men ain't doing that.
It's because their idea of masculinity and manhood is all skewed.
Yep.
yes,
Back in
yes.
the day, your masculinity, your man had nothing to do with a woman.
Hey, thank you. I keep
Hmm.
Nothing.
saying that, and that's
Yeah.
one. That was Jesse. That was one of the main things I kept saying. The problem with you niggas is you are looking for your manhood in a woman's womb, and this is
Yep.
another reason why niggas always try to promote strong fours and fat bitches, because y'all want to try to put that. What it is niggas that say, and this is where the problem comes in. You actually have dudes that are invested in the situation as it is
Yeah.
because that
They like the chaos.
validates them.
And I
Exactly.
told you
Facts.
before, I
Facts.
tell you again, Ed, these niggas refuse to take pussy off the negotiating table. And until they do, this is the shit you get. But I
And this is
digress.
and this is when you start getting into the dumbass shit when niggas start talking like niggas start talking shit. Like for instance, that nuclear physics dude. They start talking shit about that. I said, nigga, the only reason why you could say anything about that dude. Because truth be told, if you look at the this is why I don't like Kevin. You look at the high value man shit, he would be
Hmm.
pretty much a classic Henry. If you look at even Jason Black producer shit, if you look at Ron Wills and stuff, the only thing is if a dumb bitch basically says I'm intimidated by him, so I'm gonna roast him and I'm gonna choose the dude I think I can control. So the
If
thing, dude, you think
if
you can control
you
think he a better dude.
you can tell the class of a woman by the kind of guy that she picks. Okay.
Exactly. And what those dudes will say, and even like, yo, yeah, man,
Those are low class women.
or we can get, women that are surgeons or women that are bankers and stuff. I'm like, those are climbers.
No, no,
Those are climbers.
produce them. If you got a surgeon, producer. I don't
Yeah.
believe you.
And then what they go do is they go fucking lie and your ass gonna be
I
mad.
know too many female doctors. They would never date a dude like that.
Yeah.
Produce them.
Well, I'm fucking them, no.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
no,
it
you
is
ain't.
Yeah, that don't mean anything.
Producer. Okay.
well, that's what Marty said. And
I
he
don't
got mad. He
producer.
said, I'm
Yeah,
tired of that
producer. Yeah,
shit.
producer. Where's she at? How come you're not with her? Producer.
They
Yeah.
don't realize they the female version of a thought.
Yeah, they are.
They're the male version of a thought. They don't want
Or
to
like what
admit
Ed
that.
said, they're invested. They're invested in being that.
And,
Like we gotta understand that there's certain people that actually climb up in the chaos. or they find a nice comfortable place in the chaos. So like I was saying, they don't, when you talk to them, they're like, no, nigga, it ain't
Uh,
that bad.
They
first thing you ask was, say, "Oh, I'm fucking a surgeon or a doctor. Where'd you meet her?"
the club.
Oh,
Yeah.
at a club. Yeah, the club. She ain't. They don't hang out at those kind of clubs.
uh
She.
oh, BJ saying they straight up lying. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, so, like, there are some dudes because of how they look, they can capture some of these. But the reality of the situation, man, the reality of the situation. This is why you have these chicks talking about. This is why I'll flip it. Where you got chicks talking about, I can't find a man on your level and all this other bullshit. No, y'all don't value that. What y'all value is all of the bullshit that don't matter. And when you all take that to other women, you want to brag and shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking about other races, y'all looking dumb.
That they don't, because I was, yeah, we had a private session with Rom, and Rom had to pull me back, right? Because
Oh,
when they say they
well,
find a man on your level, okay, okay, tell me about your level, tell me about you.
oh,
What do
you
you do?
talking about private section like with
Yeah,
Rom's
yeah, with
woman's
Rom,
channel?
his private, yeah, private, yeah, he didn't even record that one, but yeah, that
Oh,
she
so
had
he
about
got a
five chicks.
private one
Have,
with the women too?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, so he
it was
got
guys and
two.
women together, yeah.
Oh,
So
well, hold on, my bad. Let me stop interrupting. So what happened?
basically, he had a, um, and they were talking shit about about different stuff, and I started to go in, and Rom said, "BGS, be nice."
Oh, yeah, they paying.
Yeah, yeah, be nice. Yeah, they're paying. Be nice.
They paying to be. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. Anyway,
Because
anyway.
because I've done this for so long. It's almost like a formula. Okay, what do you want? I want this kind of guy. Okay, tell me about yourself. You got a degree? No. Okay, you don't have a degree. Okay, where do you have you got a white collar background? No. Okay. Did you grow up in like a suburb or something like that around these kind of guys? No. Okay.
Jason Black
So
would just say, "You need to go get a UPS driver and be
yeah,
happy."
yeah.
And he's
Truck driver.
they don't be liking that shit, yo.
Yeah, six-figure guy. The thing is, what because I think I asked this one night, right? About octanes, right? About 92 octane, who's the corporate chicks, right? And I said, there's like 15 truck drivers in my in the chat, right? Said, how many of you guys, you truck drivers make over 100K? He had about 13. I think the bottom, I think the lowest was like 90. Okay, the top was
I was
150, lowest
there.
was like 90. Huh? Yeah, yeah, I think you were there. And I said, of you 12, how many date these corporate chicks? Zero. So money is just one component, right?
Oh yeah, a lot of that is that social brag bullshit, and
Yeah.
that's what really be
Yep.
fucking them up. It's that y'all be wanting because that braggadocious shit, that social currency, you gonna very few of them motherfuckers are not gonna be exposed to non-black women. Like if you out here really thinking, and this is where black women in that blue collar bullshit really fucks it up. The majority of economics, of economic power actually with black men resides in the blue collar shit because we're not represented enough in the white collar shit. So if all of y'all are looking for white collar shit, we're not even talking about the truth about y'all want looks. Y'all
Hmm.
want looks first. I don't give a fuck about what any of them say.
It depends. It depends. Well,
For the
looks
most part.
They
with women, look, women is just like with black men. Okay, looks is looks and what men and women want out of looks varies. Okay.
Yeah, I'll make room, DC,
they
for you to
they
come up because
No,
they
no,
I'm
he's
I'm
all right. He just give me. He's not home yet.
okay. Well, I'll
they
make room once he leaves. Once I leave,
okay,
you get what I'm
okay.
saying.
They complaining about the dudes that they don't even want. I mean, and then they mix it in with the delusion because they don't know. I mean, basically that's how Kevin made all his money off of. I mean, most of it off of the delusion
Hmm.
of how many men that they think that are available that are quote unquote high value men. The statistics is below 1%. So you're saying that you can get a 1% guy, and then even if they get the guy, because it is some women that are clever enough to get the guy,
Hmm.
they
They're
look at him
lucky
like,
enough. They're
yeah,
lucky enough. Yeah, they luck
yeah,
up.
they luck up, but then they fuck it up because
Well,
they disrespect them, they yelling, arguing, and then it's a situation where they
Well,
split ways and they become sour because they can't get another dude like that.
Well, another thing too is when they say
Mhm.
they can't find a man on their level, they mean a couple of different things. They mean first of all that bullshit is always sympathy. That's why when you ask questions, they act like they don't want to answer because they look at
Mhm.
for a dumbass nigga to sympathize. But the things that they're talking about is number one, they can't convert the nigga that they like to become that nigga
Right.
Mhm.
They can't.
because he
Yeah.
has no
Hold on.
motivation to do that because he
Yeah.
didn't have to be that nigga to get you. That's number one. And number two, the niggas that they do want when they talk about first of all, and that goes back to what you said, BGS, that bullshit when they say their level, I'm like
Mhm.
half of the time, a lot of times these chicks don't even be at that level to be talking that kind of shit.
You know what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jesse can tell you, man. I used to when I was younger, right? Because I'm educated, right? I give a chick 5 minutes of talking to me. I can actually determine her level, whether I actually want to talk to her or not. It didn't matter how she looked.
2 minutes.
Yeah, well, yeah, 2 minutes. I give them five, just in case. If they
Okay.
start splitting verbs and using the words out of context and
Give
stuff
him a
like
little
that,
bit.
yeah, nah, it's okay, baby.
I mean, we literally in the last what 2 years, we done seen the uber wealthy people and even the elites, right?
Mm,
The Jeff Bezos, the Gates, and
yeah.
so whatnot split up, and they wives are not happy with them. Meaning these are the
Yeah, But,
masters of
but,
the
but, but,
universe, right?
yeah, but normally that's after like 25
I
to
was
almost
just
30
about to
years.
say that. At
Yeah.
least with those guys, those white guys, like the kids are adults by the time they decide to divorce. These selfies out here, like they give it
Right.
about 5 years. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
out.
The average length of a black marriage is 5 years.
Right. So
What? Is that
Yeah.
short?
Yes.
yeah. So like they complain about the guy that they don't want in the first place, and the reason why I say they don't want him is because they complain when they get him,
Yeah.
and
Well,
then
Lori Harvey is a different case. Lori Harvey is Sierra when Sierra was 25.
yeah,
That's yeah.
she's a monkey brancher, but I
Well,
mean,
if she basically she dating
That's
around
what
some
that's
guy.
what social. I mean, that's what Ken. That's what socialites do. And the thing about it is,
Yeah.
at the very least, she was useful. Like
Look.
Yep.
Michael B. Jordan needed to get that he likes white bitches off his
I
Yeah.
back,
date
Yeah.
black women too.
and
See,
he got one of the best ones he could get. They
Hmm.
stuck it out for a good year and a half, and people keep saying he got clout. She got clout off of him, but
she did.
Yeah. And,
from that.
and,
yeah, they both made some money.
hey,
They
It
they
was
got
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
mhm.
Artisan is better if you give links. If you can do a link, uh, Gmail's fine. Um, but if you actually do links, it's better so people can just click on it. Just saying.
Yeah, and so a lot of so
It was a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Yeah, it was.
exactly.
and another thing too is when you look at how Lori Harvey looks too. I mean, she's what 8, 9. Oh, that's community
She's an
anyway.
8. She's an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, that's community. And I
Mhm.
mean, at the end of the day, her mother trained her. I mean, her mother found Steve. So I bet you
It's
with
too,
kids, she had 2 sets of kids, and
yeah,
still was
she had
able.
yeah, she had money too. So
Well,
that's the whole other story.
Lori got all that and no kids, and so she pretty much she got somebody to know what the fuck. You think
She got
Marjorie is on the level of nah, probably not Kris Jenner. I wouldn't say that.
no, not close.
No,
Nah.
not close. Yeah,
No, no.
I
but
mean,
She looked better than Chris Jenner.
to
no,
my
I'm talking
Well,
about as
understanding,
well, she
far
looks
as
better
I know what y'all
now.
mean. I know what y'all mean.
understanding the game.
to
Yeah,
my understanding, she was either married or with two
drug
Memphis
You're
dealers.
right.
drug dealers
You're
that
right.
were cousins.
Hmm.
I
I
mean,
thought
I
they were
don't know.
brothers, but either way,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
even worse.
damn. Like these niggas. I mean, cause you gotta think. Wow, man. And
But it
those
was
are
wait,
one of
Ed,
older.
you
those
didn't know that, Ed?
situations.
Time
Those
one
are
time, yeah.
older dudes too. So you already that move was harder to pull back. But those moves were
Mm-hmm.
harder to pull back in the
Well,
day.
but the thing is, he was on his third marriage. So
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So he
Yep.
actually told the
Those
story. He was talking about how like when she was married back in the day, he saw her in the audience when she was married. And he was
mhm,
like, "I'm this gonna be my wife one day." So it
mhm,
was like one of those things. Like I can't get your ass now. Well,
mhm.
just wait till I get these millions. God damn it, I'm a double back.
well, he
Yeah.
knew. They said I think he knew them
Sounds like
guys.
Boyce Watkins to me.
Oh, of
He knew
course.
his he
Well,
knew the
Marjorie looked like that shit looked
But
better. So,
they
Of
once they
course.
got locked
but
up,
then again, Steve got more
One.
it
money.
was
Hey,
game
hey,
on.
y'all can't talk over each other, okay? One at a time.
yeah. I think
Who's first?
he knew the Marjorie's ex uh whatever her boyfriend or baby daddy.
Once they got that time, he swooped in like, hey,
I mean,
Niggas
yeah.
doing 30, 50, 40 to life, goddamn it. What's up?
Mhm. Yeah. Hey, Alexa, please play Lil Boosie's "Mind of a Maniac" Street Nigga for me, please, because that's what them niggas were.
Oh well, Boosie was happy. Boosie was happy that his son didn't get trapped. That nigga was dancing. This shit, he was wilding out. That was funny. Boosie badass.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I just thought about it because I've seen a situation like that in, in like a younger so cat that I used to be cool with. He was with this chick and we wound up finding out that her dude was like in jail for life for murder. And like the dude is like he kind of like a simp type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like really like a simp type dude. So that shit happened probably happen more often. You know what these kind of hood rats try to clean themselves up a little
And
bit. You know, get him a Steve Harvey type and cash out, man, cash out
Yeah,
his
and
check.
that's a point to this is you dudes be really acting like these chicks are damsels in distress. And they really be, and I'm like, dude, you are playing against the game of love. Men are not stronger than women. Like it's an
say
equal
that.
game. It's a y'all be really out. This ain't no physical game, you know. And y'all, and then the environment is on their side too. And you just see dudes that are like really
And
on
they play
some.
for keeps.
I don't
Yeah, and
think
so and
in Steve Harvey case, I don't think he really give a damn. I just think he thought like this motherfucker fine as hell. I'm about to. I think it was that type of situation. Like he was so
I
attracted
agree.
to her, it's like fuck it. I don't give a damn. She did a drug dealer. She got 6 kids, whatever. Nigga, I
but
won.
at the same time, the thing about Steve Harvey though is Steve Harvey, he knows what he's getting into. He know what that is, and he's punching that ticket. It ain't no delusional, but like for instance, like
Mm-mm.
even look, I get Devon Franklin got something out of it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Devon Franklin really believed that he could have got a kid out of that shit. Like he really believed he could have converted her. Like he really
Facts.
believes that. And if you and you look at what Megan Good is doing right now, like I said, somebody nutted on her back or something happened before she got with him to where she
She was
said,
eating.
I need to repent for real. And once she got that 10 years, up, she basically reverted back. Look at the motherfucker she went now to what the white motherfucker that looked like she had a home out of a homeless. Like I
Hmm.
said,
Yeah.
she reverted. And again, I get that he got stuff out of his career, but I think if you would have asked him, that would be
Mhm.
an interesting question to ask him because
He
he's
would do it.
talking
He would do it again.
Yeah, he would. And not
because he
only,
ain't
you
like
know
he
what
about
you're
to tell
describing, Ed.
motherfuckers not to do what he did. He actually
You,
said that.
I
you know
mean,
what you're
Nah,
hey,
describing,
yeah,
man,
Ed.
yeah.
You're
No, he would
you
do
describing
it
gotta
again.
have faith.
real quick. You describing and the book that Steve Harvey wrote. Remember they made a movie out of it. Remember Chris Brown
Think
left
like
her ass right there.
Think
So
like
pretty much that happened to her in real life, and then she would end up with Devon Franklin.
I mean, that thing like a man bullshit. That was some bullshit.
Hey, he had to sell the women something, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
they all do, and the thing about it is, again, this is a lot of these dudes be feeling sorry for these chicks, and they be wanting to say, man, y'all did them wrong, and I'm like, man, they bought into all of them lies,
That's
man,
the alpha your way through
and it's
bullshit.
the same thing with you dudes. When you dudes buy them lies, don't get mad, and that's the problem. We live in a society where people love lies, like they love it. It's like it's tell emotional dope dealing, and then
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
they start talking shit, and then when you really get to the bottom of it, I'm talking about with dudes too. I'm like, my nigga, you knew. I don't want to hear the man like even with that video I played, BGS motherfucker with yeah, but I wanted to be married.
So
I
what?
wanted
Okay.
to be
Okay.
married.
Well,
I'm like,
Okay.
okay, man, don't get mad if she put you on child support.
I,
Because if you want to be married to a chick that literally lied about having a kid, she didn't tell you
Yeah.
about her
Yeah.
other
Well,
kid until you
so
got
why
her
would you
pregnant.
marry her if that was the case?
well,
Because
it's
I
the
wanted
hope
to
shit.
be
If she
married.
lied, well, then you already know she was deceptive. So why you marry her?
Exactly.
Well,
But
it's the
then
hope shit, right?
mhm.
So, right,
Okay.
real quick, because I'm sorry, BJ. Go ahead.
No. In other words, you wanted her that bad, you're willing to overlook it. So take your straps and keep it pushing.
And a lot of
Well,
dudes are like that.
I
Yeah.
mean, okay, so I I was on Shay Sade channel way back, and she had a divester sister on there, and I shut down everything, and she was like, "Well, I'm not gonna tell women not to hope." And then I was having a conversation with a brother on Art New Style channel. I won't say his name, and he was on some, these non-black women do it better, and then I kind of broke down the shit for him. He was like, "Well, man, you killing our hope," and I'm like, "Bro, so this is what it really is about." your outside chance for non-shit, for non-black shit, or if you're fucking with black women, your ideas of like some perfect situation. So that's why they be doing all the shit they doing. It's the hopism, somebody called it, and I believe it.
Yeah, and that hope stuff, like,
Hmm.
don't ever say that around me, cause I'm like, dude, when you say that shit, when people smell that shit on you, especially non-black people,
Hmm.
they will use that to take everything you fucking got, like just out of
Say
like
that.
respect for the game. Like if they sniffed, if they, and that's why I keep black men. If they sniff that shit out of you,
That
they are going to
desperation.
get your ass. Ain't nobody, and most of the time, they know you ain't gonna do a motherfucker thing about it except bitch. That's why, like, most of
Facts.
y'all ain't really gonna
They're
start
gonna start
wilding out.
snitching. They're
Yeah,
gonna
like
start
if you
snitching.
like, I hope my wife is a good woman. Somehow she gonna find a way to get fucked. Like y'all, y'all cannot be carrying that hope shit. It's not about like a man. Look, man, and shout out to Black Huru, but he was kind of talking like when he said black men need something to believe in, and he
Okay.
I knew you was
and
gonna
Well,
and
say
then,
you,
well,
you
well,
I,
then, well,
I,
then believe in it.
that's what I said. I said,
that.
yo, I said you can't be out here because we were talking about why would a 19-year-old want to get married. Like an
Hmm.
average black African American 19-year-old, not no special superhero nigga. And he was like, well, what do they have to believe in with every marriage? I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about?
Hmm.
Man,
Like,
you
I
know
mean,
what's funny, man?
nigga,
My
join
one
the
of my
army then.
friends, one of my friends got married at 19. He been married for like 12, 13 years.
That
So
nigga got
he's
like,
he's the exception to the rule.
yeah, I mean, there's
he's
exceptions to every rule,
he,
but
he's one of the lucky ones because he
Hmm.
ain't got no divorce yet. Got about 3 kids. So
that
shout out
means
to
Okay.
him,
he
man.
All
got
right.
married right before social media really kicked off, like the version that we
Well,
dealing
it
with.
depends. It
Yeah, that's true.
depends. It depends.
Like nah. When
Cause
Instagram fucked the
he
game
got
up, man.
married like
Yeah,
right
oh,
when MySpace.
actually, the iPhone and dating apps actually fucked up the game.
Yep,
Before, and,
yep,
and then Facebook.
Is
yep.
he married to a chick that didn't have any kids, or
Well, they both was 19,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
19.
she ain't
Yeah,
have no
was
kids.
just a
Okay,
high
so
school sweetheart type stuff.
that was his imprint. I mean, her
Kinda,
imprint. Yeah.
kinda.
No, that's
I,
her imprint.
I got a
It,
friend
it
that
was like right after high school, but they
Yeah,
didn't
that's
know
her
each other
imprint.
from high school.
Yeah.
What she ran through before.
Well, she
Uh,
wasn't ran through.
I mean, if you gotta
Come,
think like
come
that.
on. What is it?
This,
side
this
for
this nigga this
Which
nigga
one is
like
it? What is it?
yeah.
So
That's
what
that.
she
You know
ran
what you
through?
Nah,
did,
she
You
wasn't
what
ran
happened?
through.
Jesse.
It was
That's
just
that.
a.
What you
It
did
just
That's
it
you
was a
the
unique situation,
no,
and I
yeah
don't
the
know
high
if I should
girl
say it
come
summer.
on,
on
Jesse.
air.
Come on,
you
Jesse
know what
bullshit.
Jesse just
Bullshit.
did. Jesse
Bullshit. Yeah.
just did the same shit that
The
Clarence
Clarence
does.
did. Yeah.
Well,
No, real talk. I mean,
Ain't no real
I'll say
talk.
it. Fuck it.
No, you
I'll say it.
hesitated. You
I'll say it.
hesitated.
you know, a
DJ,
dick,
All
a
right.
I
dick
So
got the
here, a dick
DJ.
there. You know, a couple of
Bullshit.
trannies.
Bullshit.
Like this nigga.
I'm gonna put it in the back chat. I'm just put it in the back chat.
And why you bullshitting? Okay.
I got a
I don't
homie that's
I mean, look, man, I'm not. There's a difference between having hope and being deluded, man.
You
If you
good?
out here,
You guys glad I don't better be glad I don't have sound effects.
like, if like my thing
Oh
is,
shit.
like, all I'm like, cause shout out to Black Huru in the chat. All I'm saying is, if you one of these niggas that you need hope, somebody gonna give you something to believe in, and chances are it's gonna be something that serves them. So just don't later on get mad that you got your ass lied to.
You knew you were serving her at the time. Stop.
Yeah, like this how niggas get caught up with like niggas like Nature Boy and shit and Brother Polite. I need something to believe in. Okay, well, we're gonna talk about these queens and the
I
shout
got a
out.
friend. I got a homie that he got married like in his early 20s to, and he a stepdad. He's still
Okay.
married, and
Okay. Yeah. Nothing
he
wrong with
got like three kids by
by her.
wait.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the way. That's the old school. That's the way it used to be done.
Yeah, that
yeah.
bargain basement shop.
I mean, when you do it, I will say you better motherfucking do it to death if you go do that shit. Like
And no, I mean,
shout out to Russell Wilson.
the thing is, okay. The thing
If
is,
he
and this is where
yeah,
I look at it, right? Whatever time you put into that chick, don't wait to like trying to get something out of it like 40 years later or 20 years later. Get your shit right then, right? So when you split up, you ain't nobody gets hurt. Okay, nobody owes anybody shit. I got what I wanted out of you. Don't
Facts.
wait.
yeah.
And
Nah,
that's why
I already
I asked,
look.
and that's
One time,
why
one
when
time,
people
one
Yes,
time, one time.
I
and
already told. I be telling chicks like, look. If we get married, motherfucker, we making a baby on the honeymoon. I'm getting a kid out of the deal, motherfucker.
Okay, well that's why.
And,
Yeah, yeah,
and this is why when you ask these dudes like, what's your plan? And like I ain't saying you gotta have an outward plan, but what do you think and stuff like that? These niggas don't know. These niggas, they literally, oh no, we'll see how it goes. They start singing the Jagged Edge song. We ain't getting no younger, sweet
yeah.
baby. I'm like, oh God.
How long ago was that though?
Yeah, that's about my age though. That was about right when they were in pressure. What 2000, like 5, like 18, like
Yeah,
right when them
yeah.
dudes in
That's
them
almost.
impressionable
It's almost
ages.
20. It's almost 20 years ago.
And that's how them niggas my age be operating.
Well,
Let me
because
You ain't lying.
that's what's sold to you because you've been trained to do that
Yeah.
from the time
But
that
he
you're
didn't.
little.
You ain't lying that window, because they got a
But
lot of niggas your age and a little bit older that claim to want to be married but ain't married yet.
Yeah,
I
because they
don't.
ain't got no wives.
I don't know if Jesse's friend is like. One thing I did pick up is he wasn't really that happy. Like my other friend. Well, I know him through him because we was on a wrestling team in high school. But like his friend, he seems more happy. He married again. His first wife was a super strag. He's, his my other friend, mutual
Damn.
friends, like his first wife, he tried to marry. I don't know if he
We need to
married
do
her.
the Super Saiyan power up.
Yeah, like she just put him through hell, but she died. Like I think his first baby mama died early, but yeah, his second wife, she didn't have any kids, and he's really happy. Like he got the
Okay, well,
quote
it works.
unquote happy
It,
family,
it works
situation.
sometimes. It works sometimes.
But my friend, my high school, my wrestling buddy, he didn't seem. I seemed more happy than he was, and I was like I saw him last year, like in a barbecue, and he ain't seem like how some people be putting on an act like
Hmm.
like everything cool, but it wasn't cool. Like it didn't seem cool. Like it was like
You
Man,
know, I wanted to
I
go
know
back
a
a few
guy.
minutes if y'all don't mind.
Go
Ed
ahead.
said something that was so true about what and I saw Black Widow's comment. Well, I didn't get to read it, but I saw the little hammer and the hope thing. So like the no something to believe in. There is something to be said about like our society kind of taking away and stripping people in general, not just men, of like a plan, right? Like a roadmap to
Hmm.
adulting and all that other shit. I think that's another reason why we see people so schizophrenic. It's like, what do I do?
well, you
Exactly.
Right?
supposed
If you listen to what women say and what men say, they don't talk about husband and wife. They talk about what partners. Those
Yeah.
aren't roles. Okay.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
that
Yep.
was husband and wife. Okay. This partnership is
Yeah,
over the last 20 years.
no, and I understand that. I understand the consequences of them doing that. I mean, but at the same time, man, my fundamental thing is it's not. The problem is one of the things the manosphere people try to tag on us is that we're radicalizing people.
Okay.
And what you
Good.
do is when you take people, and I kind of push back against that because the first thing that we tell people to do is to think for your fucking self. And you
Okay.
need to ask yourself, whatever you're doing, do you know why you're doing it? I don't give a fuck if you agree with me or not.
So when they say we're radicalizing people, what does she mean?
Man,
What does that mean?
You ain't making them soft towards
no,
No,
women,
no,
no, no, no,
yeah,
no, no, no. What
pushovers.
do they mean?
yeah,
What do they mean when you say
all
radicalize?
that basically they're doing too much. They're
No, no,
thinking
no.
for themselves.
Okay, well then, the thing is, that when somebody says you're radicalizing men, okay, radicalize how?
It's just like when you, let's say, black people start. Remember what you just said about it having businesses don't mean shit if you ain't got customers. So
Mm-hmm.
imagine if black people really started buying black, like for real started buying black.
Mm-hmm.
Then this would be something that maybe immigrant. Oh, you're radicalizing them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though they do the same shit that
I think that
already.
Hold
It,
on. Let him finish.
it's a way they use the term radical because they know they can bridge that to other things like terrorists
Facts.
and other things, but it's really code for these guys are asking for a deal that they could get.
Yep.
and
Yeah.
and 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 it's the subsidy bullshit. Their bullshit is not being subsidized anymore as much as it used
Yep.
to.
So
So
feminism didn't radicalize women.
And that's why
Exactly.
well, BGS, that's a part of the plan, so that doesn't count.
Okay.
That's it.
so
That's what they wouldn't say it that way, but that's what they mean. It's sanctioned, so it
Mhm.
doesn't count.
Okay. Well,
That's
we have unsanctioned radicals. Good.
so
Well,
Good.
I do think
let's
that the
not
black
miss what Ed said.
manosphere
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jesse, and then Z.
I do think that the black manosphere is radicalizing black men. And
Mm-hmm.
I think what they mean by radicalizing is that they're coming to extreme positions or certain ideologies and positions that are away from the status quo. And if you look at red pill ideology, I mean, by almost by definition, I mean it is, those red pill ideologies are away from the status quo.
Well,
And
you
I'm
are.
not saying that there's an issue with them being radicalized,
Well, what
but
I hear what you're saying, but
Real quick, because he's right after him. So real quick, Ed.
I got too
First one.
many. Like, there's too many. Like, there's even dudes that try to pull that shit, and I'm not talking about like the typical dudes that be up the feminist's ass. According to some dudes, if you use the term red pill, you kissing white men's ass. So people take that term and they manipulate it into whatever they want, and then what happens is the red pill becomes this everything everybody wants to descend the reason for why everything is wrong. That's why I push back against that radicalization term, because if you're saying that somebody doing what's in their best interest is radical, then basically you're a fucking con artist as far as I'm concerned, because you can only operate in a situation. You can't operate in a fair straight up situation. You can only operate in a situation where you
All
have
right.
the
Short it up,
artificial
Ed.
advantage. That's what I'm done. I'm done.
but
Okay.
it
Go ahead,
is
Z. Whoa. Go ahead, Z.
Thanks,
What?
Vizia. But so backing up what Ed was saying before is we need to really talk about that subsidy shit, right? So like that's really what it is, right? I watched the interview with Breonna Joy Gray. For those of y'all don't know, that was Bernie's press secretary. I think 2020 or 2016, I can't remember. But his press secretary,
Yeah.
she interviewed FD Signifier,
Okay.
and
Good.
so she
I'm
said
glad to hear
something
it.
that always, and you could, it's going somewhere. But
I hope
she
so.
said something that annoys the hell out of me, and
Like
women
what?
always fucking say this, which is,
Hmm.
"Oh, we internalize our issues, but men they externalize it, and then
You
other
can.
people got to suffer," type shit, right?
Oh,
And this,
okay.
mind you, this is an attorney. Like
This
she's
nigga
not
be on
Yeah,
dumb,
fire.
but
right?
the thing is, what you guys don't do is tune your ear for markers, right? Something
Hmm.
she said was offhand that actually
Hmm.
made me glad, right? She
Hmm.
said that her brother keeps talking about Kevin
Sending her
Samuels.
stuff, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
What does that
yeah,
mean? It's called
yeah. That's what's fucking
penetration.
with her too. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And
I'm
her, she said
glad.
her brother's like my age and Ed's age, right? So like
So
mid 30s, early 30s. Yeah.
I'm glad to see it because guess
Yep.
what? If she's talking about it and he's talking
Hmm.
about it, you're getting what? Penetration. The
Yeah.
plan is working.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
so and you have to. The key thing is two things. Number one,
mhm,
that's got to be pushed past, and number two,
mhm,
what really? Because I scared this chick acted like I scared the shit out of her because she was trying to talk shit, and
mhm,
this was a chick offline, and she was bringing this stuff up, and she don't know what I do here, and I
Hmm.
told her, I said, what you see is like really on YouTube and a little bit on TikTok. Imagine once you start seeing people really start creating blogs, really start creating infrastructure. This is where you need to be scared. And she's like, oh my God, I didn't think about it after I said it.
Hmm.
You need to start focusing on the shit that you don't see. Because what's going to start to happen is the smart guys are going to start realizing how to target these people directly without you involved, without
Hmm.
you seeing it. And y'all can't fuck with what y'all can't see. Y'all can't bitch about, holler about, campaign about what people aren't showing you.
Yeah.
And that's when you really, and she was like, I never thought about that. So that bitch is paranoid as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. And we got about 3, 4 people up here that are and it's full. So you guys need to participate. I'm start dropping people. Okay. If you're gonna get in,
Yeah,
get
if
in.
anybody's waiting, I'll
No,
pop
no,
off.
no, don't, no. If they're going, you can't hold a spot because it's full. So if you got something to say, you got something to contribute, please contribute.
All right,
Just
cool.
can't sit. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like I
yeah,
was
Who's
to just
first?
piggyback on.
Oh, just saying. I'm just asking who's first. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, okay. Thanks. I'll just piggyback on what Ed was saying. It's like I was having a conversation just like this week, about you know, um, basically because of certain socialization, certain upbringing. It's like some women is like they're not a good bet. Period. All right, and so it was like the backlash that I was getting from it was from guys who was like, well, you what you're talking about is like, a good portion of the black community. and you got to choose what hill you want to die on, or it's like I can't, basically I can't give him up. It's like I want to save this thing, and it's
Is it
hard bread,
is that you saying
hard
it?
bread.
What
Hmm?
is that you saying this?
No, it's like
Oh,
that's not me saying that. This is the other guys that were on the panel.
what panel is this? Because we weren't part of the panel.
All right, so it was we need to talk. I believe, yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, okay,
Oh
okay.
my god, I hate.
yeah.
Well, a lot of that is
That has
lottery shit, right?
that has nothing to do with it, whether you hate it or not. But we
Mm.
just trying to get some kind. I like to do, but go ahead.
Well, I
Yeah,
think a
I
lot of
like
that
him
is
too.
lottery shit. Oh, my bad. I thought you were done. My bad.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, no. Go ahead.
No, I like him too. Is and like I understand. It's not that I don't understand. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, it's just like in that because it's so hard baked into you. It's a
Mm-hmm.
easy touch point. Is like it's a sensitive nerve which could be utilized. And, it's like
Make
earlier on the
all right,
panel, it
all
was
right,
like
all right. Unravel it and make it make sense because it's not making sense right now. So unravel it
all right.
for us.
One of the things that they had a stream that was basically identifying, you know, what's your hard lines, like in terms
Uh,
of
Oh,
if you
oh,
can't do this
in other words, what they call it, the deal breaker.
exactly,
Okay.
right? And for one of the guys, is just like, she has to be willing to learn, and basically he doesn't care about anything else. I'm like,
Okay,
what?
okay, that's fine. That's fine. So what? Okay, that's him.
Um,
What's wrong with that?
yeah, but it's like, and in the long term, is like that doesn't
Well,
work.
it doesn't matter, but that's his deal breaker. If he's willing to accept it and he's happy with it, and whether it works or not, that's him. Okay, individually, that's him.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think
Yeah,
y'all,
but
y'all,
just to piggyback on what Ed was saying, is like I see it, but yeah,
mhm. You see what?
what he was saying is like it's like dudes are not willing to let go.
Oh well, because you socialize to it. You so
That's what I'm
naturally you
saying.
start. Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's to be understood. So the thing is exactly either one or two things that has to happen. Either you change your worldview or something happens to you trying to make it happen, and you decide that it's not working. So
no,
that
no,
that's
no,
what happened.
BGS. I'm gonna be the one to win the lottery. Goddamn.
Well then,
I got the multi-million-dollar ticket.
You
you know
see
what
what
I
I'm saying?
you know what I tell that dude? Buy a dog and die alone.
Uh
Okay.
oh. Ooh.
No. I would say,
I'll be a GS. I'm an asshole. I'm gonna tell him no. Go get married and go find that bitch. You'll
No,
find
he
out.
ain't gonna get married because he's trying to find that unicorn.
yeah, that's what
You
I
talk,
wanted to say.
you,
If you
you talking
find a
about the
unicorn,
One
please
time.
please tell me. If you find a unicorn, please tell me. I want to make a photo.
Hey, BGS, you talking about the dudes that go for the pretty chicks and but they want her to have a heart?
I mean,
That's what I call them. They call
it,
it.
it depends. I mean, the dudes, I learned from Steph Code that black men's what black men thinks are cute or good looking and acceptable is all
Our
over the
favorite
place.
four.
Yeah, our
Nigga,
favorite four.
that's why when I hear dudes talking about, oh man, the problem is y'all want baddies and y'all ain't doing what the fuck. I said, nigga, I said, okay, this is what we gonna do. You tell these dudes, get some, I don't know if it's Stumble Upon or whatever site where these motherfuckers submit photos, and you tell them, send you a picture, no celebrities. Go on the internet and find a picture of somebody you think is
Is
we
a
want to
baddie.
give a good number,
A
a
six,
7,
a
and
seven.
let's
Oh,
see what they
can't
think.
use seven.
Now, or 6. Well, remember, hold on. Remember when I
Uh-huh.
asked Platinum Elite to do that, and that
Yeah,
nigga came back
with that
with
fat chick.
fucking Precious.
Yes, he did.
Literally, I'm not lying.
I can't
I,
remember.
I
I remember that. Well,
and then he said, yeah, man, because you can live off this bitch. And I
mm,
said, man,
mhm.
Somewhere in the clouds is AL being like, y'all leave my old Stefco alone.
I said,
Yeah, he
and
likes Steph though. There's nothing wrong with it.
yeah, and my thing is that's why I said Steph Curry's problem is she's in fucking California.
No, well, she's in Texas now, so.
Oh, so okay. So she finally went to a place
No,
that
no,
might be a little bit
But
more
even with
peaceful.
that, it's her own ideas. Oh,
yeah,
Stefco would have been off the market. It's that
yeah,
she wants a LeBron James. She wants
yeah,
a what's African British buddy name again? God, Idris. She want an
It's
Idris.
just
yeah.
Oh,
That's
you're
That's
her
her.
fucking
problem.
dumb.
That's her problem.
Your best bet would have been to get a dude on the ground floor. That's the
Too
you need
late.
to
She could.
like.
She
Too late.
couldn't. No, she couldn't. She tried that. She
Oh, she
couldn't.
tried
Well,
that.
yeah,
Oh
It
yeah.
you know
wasn't
what though?
fit.
You're right though, BGS. Because remember the story she told about how Buddy
She was
Roll
gonna
left her
be like.
in the restaurant.
She was
Yeah,
gonna be like
no,
young
no.
Jeezy's baby, first
The
baby
story.
mama.
The story that she told, she said she was in middle school and some boys were playing
Oh
basketball,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
she was
yeah.
trying to do splits to actually entice the boys, right? She was never picked. She was a virgin till she was like 24.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not talking.
yep.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that
Well,
UPS driver on the ground floor. I'm
no,
not
no,
even
no,
trying
no,
to be
no. Well,
funny because
She
that
ain't
dude
trying to
could
fuck with
become
no.
that.
a truck.
I'm,
That dude
I'm,
could
t-
become a trucker.
what I'm saying is the guy has to have a certain look for her, right?
Well, that's her
And
problem. She's
and
aiming past her stock
that's
price.
exactly. She's a 4. She's trying to get a dude that's like a 7, right? A 7 or 8 because she's into guys looking a certain way. And now has she's had some guys like that, but the thing is
Hmm.
those guys were broke. Okay.
Yep.
So
Oh,
she's
well,
The
just
thing,
trying to
that's on her.
well,
she's
she,
trying to
what?
get a middle class guy that looks
Mm-hmm.
good that fits her
Mm-hmm.
meme, and she'd rather sit on her hands and accept anything less. That's her problem.
Well, so what makes Ostefco interesting to me is
She's
how
gonna become
emblematic she
Darth
is.
Vader.
It's you can already see it happening when she celebrated Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
But so
Hmm.
what Ostefco to me is very emblematic because it's very like college liberal esque black woman where they want like a Idris, but they want Idris to be rich and then they want Idris to be humble and act like a poor nigga and but let her run shit but
Oh
still be
yes.
like
Oh yes.
really attractive but don't ever cheat on me, all of that shit. My bad, y'all. Charger. But yeah.
I
So
thought
yeah.
somebody was farting for
So
real.
a
No,
unicorn.
that's that 6.4. But yeah,
So
so
so basically the type. So basically April's Mason's prime customers.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically.
yeah, I mean like aren't
Until
all of them
until she
asking for the
tired of
same
they
thing?
bull until she tired of they bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Who else?
or until she get like Rebecca Lynn
Uh,
Pope and moves on to reality TV and say bye bitches.
Yeah. Who else is trying to
Who
get in?
who is of the right mind
Truth
on
tellers here.
the collective?
actually, me.
Hold on. Whoa. Huh? Say what?
I said truth tellers here. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on?
Honestly, I agree everything what y'all was saying with Steph Cole. I think our women, have a real fundamental problem when they say he's not on my level. They don't
Yep.
have a level. They don't know what that is. They don't know what the value of money is. They don't know. They don't know who makes it. They don't know who the 1% is. They have no idea the time frame for that. They think they can go on trips whenever. They have no understanding of what any of that means. Period. If you ask one of them, what's the top 5 highest paying jobs in the United States and what are those salaries? They could not tell you.
Yes, they can. It's a rapper. It's an NBA player. Go ahead.
Wrong. 3 of them is dentists, orthopedists. Orthodontics. And a regular dentist. The top 3.
They need a job that has swag to it.
That is true.
And that you
But
could stun on your other bitches.
those dudes make a median between $250,000 to $350,000 a year,
Not enough.
Yeah, but
and they're
you
easy to pick
you
up.
gotta realize.
Hey, one time. What'd you say?
I was going to say, if they're easy to pick up, you can just go to your local university and go to the college of dentistry and wink your eyebrows and shake your booty at one of these dudes, and
Well,
you'll pick one up real fast.
but you got to get them early.
Exactly. You gotta get them
Yeah,
right.
and what I would tell these brothers
Not
that want
after
to
they
be
finish.
dentists,
Not after they finish
Yeah.
medical school.
I say,
No,
nigga, I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you,
no,
I
definitely
want
not.
to date. If you want to date
You
black
gotta get him
girls,
with like
right?
a pre-med or something.
All right,
Yeah,
nigga,
you got to
what you
get them
need to
early.
learn how to do is you need to learn how to put gold grills in motherfuckers and do an Instagram
Yep.
page
Yep.
and say, I'm about to be
Don't say
that nigga that lives by Chris Rock and do that thing about how he was a dentist that lived and then
Yeah,
get
yeah.
stuff up in the
Man, look, they're living them hip hop fantasies. They want a retired drug dealer nigga that started a record label that'll kill a
They want to be
nigga,
Marjorie.
make
They
$1
want to be
million.
Marjorie.
Yeah,
They
you have to have
wanted
a
They really
Jay.
personality
do.
with that.
They
Yeah.
wanted Jay-Z. Goddamn.
I'm
That's
gonna keep
Hey,
it real. I'm
BGS.
gonna keep it real
Hey,
with you. If
BGS.
Hold on.
If
We got to think at
Marjorie
the
was
same
smart,
time. Right after,
oh fuck
everyone's
Marjorie.
gonna
If
shorten it
Steve
up.
Harvey was smart, I'm like, you need to do like a Zane novel based on Marjorie, yo. Just do a
Oh
whole
no, he ain't
do
gonna
a
do that one.
whole saga. You will get so much money out
He
of
don't
it.
want to know all of that. He don't want to
From
know.
from the well, shit, he can make up what he ain't got to be a real thing. He can make the shit. He can make the shit up. It don't even got to be really bad, but just the
Okay.
big points. And he could be based on the guy that wrote How to Think Like a Man, and then just give her a stage name, and then make a novel. Put Derek Jackson in the front of that bitch or whatever.
I'm very
They'll make so
tired.
much money. I'm serious because that's what they
Oh
really want. They
no.
really want a nigga that's been through 2 drug dealers, kingpins, and then settle for a dude once he got on.
You have to have a certain kind of personality to deal with a kingpin or a drug dealer. Everybody can't do it. People think
The
they
thing
can.
And you
is,
might have to have a
when you
certain
think
look.
about it, is
You have a look. You have to have a certain
yeah. What I
personality.
want to say.
Go ahead, name it.
Good evening, BJ.
Hey, can I?
The thing is like, hold on.
Hey,
Don't make me
chill
go
out.
pre-Christian action.
Hey, name it. Chill out.
Excuse me. Anyway, I think the thing is like a lot of women think that they can change a man in a certain way, because a lot of them, like especially millennials, they grew up like with that Disney concept, with that Disney complex and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Mrs. Z.
Hey, finish your thought.
Mrs. Z.
Name it. Finish
No,
your
I'm
thought.
finishing my thought.
Nameless.
I
finished my thought.
You finished your
I
thought?
finished my thought, but I just want to add something else.
Go ahead.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Z, this is Idris Elba. I'm just want to let you know, Mike, what you said was dirty pool on me. That's not good.
Okay. All right, Sir Pookie, go ahead, man.
Oh, God.
Oh, what I was just gonna say, man. I've been, it's crazy, BGS. I've been sending my boomer grandma these videos from Kevin Samuels, and I just sent her huh?
Why?
Because I want to show her what the reality is. Because she's already seen part of it, and
First
she
rule
said
of
she
Fight
can't.
Club: you don't
She
talk
said,
about Fight Club.
So what did she say?
She agrees with it. She's saying a lot of these women, because she comes from your era, BGS. So at the end of the day, like, I mean, you gotta take that perspective in the account as well. She's seen a lot more than these women.
She on that. These fast ass little girl need some nigga to shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I need one spot for somebody that's not talking.
I got you. No, I'm a hop
And
off.
she got
and
crazy.
I'll drop off, fellas. Y'all have a good night. It's no problem.
All right.
Have a good night,
Truth.
Y'all know why black women love drug
brother,
dealers
Come on
so
up.
much?
Come on up, DC. We're
Brother,
gonna have
You
go
a
about
farm
30 more
gangster.
minutes.
Man, black
I
women
was-
love
I was-
drug dealers because them niggas are
and I
the
was-
biggest
Hold
tricks.
on.
Man.
Finish what you're
Goddamn.
saying, Pookie.
That's true.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh.
Pookie, can I direct my
my bad,
stream?
my bad.
Thank you. Go ahead, Pookie.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, she has 2 degrees, 2 of
I'll be
them,
next.
and one of them she had
You
went
can
back
be.
when she had a kiss. So she knows what the struggle is to actually reach for that 6-figure like stature and actually try to go and get that PhD in that MBA. And she just can't understand it. Like she's saying a lot of these chicks, they gonna end up homeless. They're not gonna really have a whole lot of situation. And she's saying a lot of these women, even she's saying it, they're cold. Like
Pookie, who said that? Your mom?
No, my grandma.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My grandmother said that. She said they're cold and unfeeling, like about all generations. Just like
Facts.
in general, I've just been talking to her, just like over a multitude of the experiences that she's told me about. The common trend is that she's cold, unfeeling, and just unnecessarily vindictive. It's like
Facts.
it's like a crazy. And I've been seeing
Pookie, I have a question for you.
it too.
Hold on.
Like even with the younger generation, like it's like these chicks don't even with the younger, they don't even have any experiences, but they still trying to take dudes in the back room and talking about, oh, this is how it's run, and I follow the code, and you know what I mean when I say that, BBS, and I'm talking about the white chicks.
Drag, though, about that.
Not the code of the strag. Well, that too, the code of the strag, but that just goes without saying.
That sounds like an excellent title, yo.
I'm talking about like the code of like supremacy. You know what I mean? Like code of the power
Oh,
structure.
okay,
Or
okay.
and you're not gonna. Yes, it's to
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
level, and
Well,
you're
yeah,
not.
that that narrative, yeah. Kind of.
And
Uh, it was
black chicks
Nema,
too. Black,
yeah. Nema had a question for you. Go ahead, Nema. Nema.
You said you showed this to your grandmother, correct, Pookie?
yeah,
Well, my question to you is: was she speaking from her own observation, or was she speaking from her own experience?
both, both.
What was that? Both. Okay. Fair point. Fair enough then.
So
That's what I'm saying.
why?
Because it
So
was,
what
it
was?
was, it
So
was.
what was it? So what is the difference?
Oh, I
I'm
would
talking about
just
Nema.
say, oh,
Yeah, I
No,
don't get
I
it.
mean, what I mean, was she speaking from her own experience, or was it from her own observation from within her own peer group? I mean, has she observed this
no, it
personally
would be. It's
from her
both.
own eyes?
It would be encounters she's seen and encounters like she's had just like at work or just out in public and stuff like
Or,
that.
or
Just
dating because she's in her 60s. So
well,
Yeah.
maybe not. Well, yeah. Well, in terms of the dating, like that would be more observationary. Like she's seen more like relationships and stuff like that, and
hmm
and, and
she got
she
and she
told
got
me
friends.
like when, huh?
Yeah, and she got friends that talk. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
and
Go
Yeah.
finish your
she
thought, then we're
told me
gonna go
that.
to Zulu. Yeah.
Okay, she told me that when she got replaced, that a whole bunch of people, like a whole bunch of her neighbors, were talking about how she was gonna have guys coming in and out and shit. Because
Mhm.
because they're you're gonna have guys because they're gonna be looking for the money and a place to stay. And I'm like, oh
Damn,
no,
where's she staying at?
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of low class.
It,
Yeah.
well, you know what I'm saying. I mean, it ain't. I mean, she BJ, she got some money.
I
She
mean,
got
It
a.
sound like
I'm,
Sergio, man. Man, fuck
no,
you,
I
BG.
ain't.
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the area that she stays in. The neighbors are saying that.
Oh,
That's
the
not
Bay.
normal.
It's the Bay Area.
Yeah, even the Bay Area, there's
Oh,
areas
oh,
you don't see that where the
oh.
guys that actually come to stay with you. That's
Lakeview, Oakland, Lakeview,
okay. Yeah, well, yeah,
by
Oakland.
the
Yeah.
river,
Okay, that's
by the lake.
because the other side of the bay is completely different. Okay.
Yeah, that shit run down. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Zulu.
All right, yeah. Basically, I got the same kind of issues necessarily. Well, I'm gonna put this. I guess the standards that black men have necessarily. They're kind of horrible, man. Like I got a cousin. He an engineer, and legitimately, he about to marry a Steph Code, like a fat Steph Code, basically. And he in California, and I just can't for the life of me understand this. And but then when I look at his mom,
Mm-hmm.
I just be like, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I see
This is imprint. Yeah.
like the break. I feel like I can see like the breakdown. I can even see like the sip in him, and it's so sad because
Mm-hmm.
I mean we was talking one day, we just me and him, and he was like, "Oh man, we gotta do to to please these women." And I'm sitting here looking at him, I'm like, "What?"
Mm-hmm. That's
And
normal.
like he was like, "Yeah, man, I gotta please my woman." And I'm sitting here looking at this chick, and she's like a fat, it's like a 3 or 4, and it's just like that.
Okay.
And
All
I'm
right.
sitting here, and I just cannot for the life of me. I'm like, "Hey, cuz I can
Yes,
take
you
you
can.
out."
You said you looked at his mother.
So there's a strong 4 and then there's a sad 3.
If you would have said if you would have said 3, you engineered, that means that's your imprint.
Oh god, okay, because I just cannot see it, and I'm like, no, like the thing is, like his mom is just like this bossy kind of woman, and
Mm-hmm.
then like the chick she got is like this bossy kind of chick, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting here like,
So
man, you
that's
know you could be better than this, right? And
that's
he just can't see it.
that's what he wants. That's what he grew up with. That's his imprint. You nothing you can do about that. Well, a lot of guys pick women like they're what? Their mothers. That's
Man, I
common.
just every
And
time I just
you
see it, man,
know you know
I
his
just get
mother
sad. I just get
approved,
sadder,
right?
man, because I'm like, I just see. I already
Yeah.
know he's gonna get 8. I
Does
can
his
already
Well,
see
mother
it.
does his mother get along with the chick he's gonna marry?
No, not really. Well, no, well, I mean, maybe to the degree, but basically everybody in the family don't kind of like her at all.
okay.
And basically, so he kind of moved over there to California with his little girl, and
Okay.
I'm like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm still not even seeing them because I'm like, it's one of them kind of things where you gotta settle where this chick don't do nothing, and like legitimately, like I mean, I saw this chick burn. Was it what's the name of the hamburger helper? I saw the chick burn hamburger helper, and I'm sitting here like, oh fuck, man.
Well, that's what he wants. That's what he picks.
A fat
So,
chick
so
that
they
can't
can't
cook.
cook.
Dude, I got a
Oh
question for you.
hell no!
That's what he picks.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Snake. You go first.
Sometimes in this discussion, I feel like an outsider because I never truly have the problem of having simp as friends around me
Mm-hmm.
that do stupid
Mm-hmm.
things because all of them has a touch of Africa. So that's not the problem. But what is it strange? Because it's a question to BGS because when I talk to women, when
Mm-hmm.
I want more out of the relationship, I
Mm-hmm.
basically go full power level. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm perhaps westernized, but in me is an African patriarch, and you will obey me, woman.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
nigga go Zulu warrior.
No. But the thing is, it's normal
Yeah.
for 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 the most of the people in Africa. Even in a matriarchy, women aren't not allowed in
Has the
rockers
chick
and
ever tried
rockers
to
like
call
that.
the cops on you or at least threatened it?
What? I mean,
He's
I'm
in
not
Germany.
stupid.
He's in Germany.
Oh, you in Germany? Oh, okay. Cause you
I'm
do
not.
that shit in America, they at least gonna say something. They gonna be like, police? What? You know, in
No,
the
it's
United
not even.
States.
It's not even a threat. It's more like I was teach in the ancient ways. I know all your bullshit. I know all the tricks. I want a relationship with you. I'm honest. I lay all the cards off on the
Mm-hmm.
table. I will treat you like an equal if you can suppress all your chaos in you. And sometimes it works. Sometimes
Ah,
it doesn't work.
If you can't
That
do
word
that, then you
equal
can't be
though.
treated as. If you can't do that, then you can't be treated as an equal because that chaos is just does not work. It just doesn't. At
Yeah,
the end of the day.
but when I listen to you guys, it's like, am I strange? Is that
No.
weird?
It's normal for you.
No,
nice.
Yeah.
no, you know what it is? No,
You're not an American.
Yeah,
We're the
and Ados
strange
and
one. We're the
yeah,
strange one.
The
Ados is
simping, the simping is
Ados.
strong here, man.
No, hey, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
Zulu. Go
I
ahead.
mean, like when I
Talk
tell you
Zulu.
when I left the country and came back, and I saw like the level of simpery was like you can see it, man. Like when you leave the country and come back,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, you can see it.
Yeah, it's on 9,000.
Oh man, you can see it. And then I'm sitting here like, what's wrong with you guys? And I try to like talk to the guys. I'm like, hey man, come out here with me. Nah, they don't want to go. Or necessarily, they hear the message and whatnot, but they be like, I hear the message, but it's shuck a job and whatnot. And I'm sitting here like, and then you understand, like, I can understand how this condition can almost grow in this environment. I actually see it now, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man.
Yeah, well, it's actually it's taught. So it's you can basically, if you go back to your childhood, you can actually see it from the time you're a little boy how it develops. It
Yeah,
didn't
and
just
like I
come out of
told you,
nowhere.
go through all of the R&B songs you heard throughout the 2000s.
Yep, and the
And
90s.
yeah, in the 90s were worse. You know, you got that. What's the song with Case Jodeci? You know, do you believe in that? Like
Oh yeah, do you believe in love?
it's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
string.
Otis
It's called
Redding.
Believe.
Otis Redding in the '60s when a man loves a woman.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, so it
Ah,
Oh,
all
it's
goes
been all
all the
around.
way
When a
up.
woman's fed up.
No, Julia
ah,
wasn't that bad. Who was bad? 112 wasn't
Tank,
that
I
bad.
deserve.
Oh man,
That's his
Oh, I
name.
hate that song, man. Oh my god.
and then yeah, don't even get me started on Tank because Tank, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of these niggas,
Just jump
man.
in when you get ready, DC.
Yeah, it was a
Yo,
lot of these
maybe
niggas.
that's why the Z's are so hardcore, man. Because they had those hardcore ass R&B songs
No,
like
the
"Fuck You."
Z's grew up on
No,
Chris Brown.
listen.
They
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. Fuck you back to sleep, bitch.
You know,
I think
these
it's
Shit
hoes
like
ain't
that.
loyal.
Yeah, that's true.
Fine China.
excuse me.
I'm gonna trade like Chris Brown. Chris Brown be throwing some red pills. He be sneaking some red pills in that shit.
Yeah, and very shortly for the chat.
Um,
I do not know where you get all this delusion. We are not Arabs. We don't have a stranglehold on our women. We give them rights, so we don't treat them as slaves. So
No, they're not slaves. They're socialized in a different way.
That's
So
what Arab. Who's
But the
talking
way
Arab?
Snake Man kind of said that though, he was like, "We don't treat them
Yeah,
like
Arab person was
no,
coming.
the way Western
sound
women
funny
think
though.
is if they're not bossing you around, that you're oppressing them. That's not true.
And this is why they can't go
By the way,
So
Snake
Snake
Man.
Man, Snake Man,
Go
would
ahead.
you
Snake
say
Man.
that Arabs have the most aggressive form of patriarchy on the planet?
No,
Once again,
Chinese. I would say the Chinese do, but go ahead,
Chinese.
Stephen.
When I talk about the Arabs, I mean actually it's the Arabs of the Arab Peninsula, because everyone outside of that is actually very normal. If you actually realize it, it's the Arab in the Arab Peninsula on a whole another game. It's like, whew,
The Chinese, the Asians slap the
You
shit
go
out
to
of them.
Arab Peninsula, North Africa, it's just as tough. I mean, especially like in the Arab Arabian Peninsula, specifically among the nomadic Bedouin tribes, they don't mess around.
Yo,
They
BGS,
just
what
swim their
did you
women
say?
thoroughly.
You said the Chinese what?
Oh yeah, they slap the shit out of their women. Yeah.
Man, but the Arabs be putting acid on motherfuckers for going to school and shit.
Those are the Indians. Those
Yeah,
are
but
not
those
Arabs.
are Indians.
Okay,
Yeah, those are
okay.
Indians.
Yeah.
I stand
no.
corrected.
No. What the Arabs will do is when a woman really steps out of line, head get chopped.
No, yeah.
Well,
Honor killings. No, they drown them.
Anyway, with that
No,
being
Actually, they drown them,
said,
but
with
yeah.
that being said,
the Indians are big on the acid and the honor killings and burning the brides.
Oh, acid attacks.
So with that being
acid attacks
said,
worse
what's up,
places like
TC?
in Bangladesh.
I thought that was like more Pakistanis.
Pakistanis
Yeah, the whole
are
South Asia.
technically Indians.
Come on, Eric. Why you trying to cut short our hateful patriarchal talk, man? Come on.
I don't want to be considered a radical.
No, you said acid attack. I'm just giving you all the breakdown on it.
No,
hell?
I mean,
But what I
I
wanted
just
to
be
say
curious,
was
like,
the
who
last
has
Zulu.
the
I wanted to ask
most
a question like,
extreme? God damn, Neymar. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Greetings,
Y'all
greetings.
All right. Go ahead. Whoa. Go ahead, DC.
Greetings. Can a brother enter from the outer rim, please?
You got it. You got a space.
Hell no.
Access is granted, sir.
Access is granted. Right
These
to land.
niggas are on the sauce.
Man. You guys going hard on the women banging, huh?
Hey, it is what it is. Yeah.
I would like to see it, DC.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I hear you fellas. Now, what you guys what else are you guys talking about outside of that though?
Anything you want. Amen. We were talking
Man,
about.
I missed it earlier. I wanted to get up here when Gigi was going in on
the Atlanta Compromise.
Yeah.
That was I wasn't able to get on earlier.
He's supposed to be doing a separate show on that one. But
man, I never. Every time he actually has a show, I'm always either busy or working or whatever. So I just hate that. No, man, y'all guys are building on the female thing, man. You know, I don't have those issues, so
well, go ahead and weigh in. No, I ain't gonna say it, but yeah, go ahead and weigh in.
Go ahead. Don't call me no damn cocky sir.
Big niggas with deep voices talking about they don't got no issues. We know, nigga. We know.
You a concubine, sir.
Cocky sir. I'm just like, come on, man. No. I mean,
go ahead, weigh in. Well, if you wanted to weigh on the.
I mean, I guess I don't know, like
the voice versus.
Wait, who?
W.B. Du Bois versus Booker T.
versus Booker T.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we started.
Is that what you're trying to weigh in on, or what?
Well, I mean, that's taken away from discussion. But if you guys want to still talk about the women, that's cool.
It's called Ask Me Anything. Amen. Anything's open.
Well, that's how we got here in the first place.
They came and derailed it to actually guided it towards women, but you know, anything's on the table.
No, you know what I really wanted to talk about was
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, that's automatic right there. But
that's bullshit. But go ahead.
Check it out though. You heard about the big thing between Dane Calloway and Tariq Nasheed? That they're fighting over the whole classification of black people and the Aboriginal and then we're FBA and they have like different descriptions on what that is. Man, this is
once a year.
This is a cluster. This is the confusion around that. I'm just interested, man. Is there anybody on the panel that believes in that type of thought pattern as
Oh,
far
that
as
we were here already and we were indigenous.
no, I mean Aboriginal, and that we're not African, that we really are from we really like
Literally was
indigenous
having
to
this
this particular
conversation with a
land.
coworker.
About once
Uh,
a
I,
year,
yeah,
about
but
once a year, I gotta
it, wa-
cuss them niggas out because a lot of times they'll try to come into certain spaces and rather than promote their own shit, they'll try to infiltrate and like transform morph the conversation
Yep.
into that, and that's what really pisses me off. It's like, why don't y'all do like every other group and actually state your case and then rotate? I mean, just like the flat earthers, rotate around your case. You know, don't sit here and try to come into pro-black spaces or constant spaces, and then because we can show you where the breeding shit was. Like y'all want.
Where's the slave ships, Ed? Where's the slave ships?
I mean, they can show you that. Like they've discovered those in the water. So I mean, the thing about it is, you got people that, quite frankly, in my opinion, they can't accept the fact that they were bred.
Oh, come on, no.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Nigga said teach him young, teach him right.
Teaching them how to read.
So no, I don't. But there are among us, because if you talk to enough people, they'll start bringing it up, and if you push the issue, they'll start getting mad. And it's like, I don't want to say it's like talking to flat earthers. I think there is some.
It is like talking to flat earth.
It is.
Okay,
Trust
well,
me.
I would be okay. Well,
Hey,
hey,
you know what it is? Hey,
all right.
actually, you know
I
what?
think it's worse.
Actually,
You can barely hear you.
Damn, DC.
We can barely hear you, Pookie. I don't know what's happened to your mic, man.
Pookie,
DC.
Pookie, let the plane. Pookie,
Yeah,
Pookie, let the plane.
I think it's worse than talking to flat earthers. I mean, at least flat earthers have a working theory.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole kind of like using first words and kind of like reimagining history and kind of saying that the slave trade happened in reverse. I'm just like, oh,
What?
and everybody believes it. That's what gets me. It's just like it's
can't stop.
following.
Because
And you cannot tell these people the truth, because then you're the one. Oh, well, you believe everything the white man says. I'm like, where do you think this Bama got his information
yes,
from?
I'm saying it came right from
All
the white
the
guy.
information you get, anthropology wise, studying artifacts, all of that's going to have a basis for the group that's in charge and describing things now. And it's going to be a white person.
Damn,
all the documents that you got, all the libraries that you went to, all the research that you got, all of that is coming. The computer that you on, all that is basically operated by the same group of people. What are you talking about?
For those of y'all that don't know, this is DC getting low key frustrated. I've never seen this before.
No, because
DC.
I done been blocked off Dan Calloway's channel because
Okay.
I kind of like completely debunked him because he said he went to the Library of Congress. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in DC. So what particular part of the Library of Congress did you go to, sir? To say that you found documents basically claiming that we are Native Americans.
Blocked.
Not showing proof. Not showing proof. Let me know the actual section you went to where it showed proof. Oh, well, no, you got to do the research for your own. Ask your grandmother.
Look, DC like DC like, I will call off today and go to that section right now. That's what DC was like. I will use.
I do it even better. I work right down the street. I will walk over.
I
to
will
the
take an
Library of
extended lunch. They'll let me do that.
I don't even. Hey man, what's happening? Well, let me go upstairs real quick, man. Check something out, man. Yeah, there's some dude telling me that he basically came to the Library of Congress and proved that basically so-called African Americans or so-called Negro people, which it would have been better, like what BGS said. It would have been better if we stayed with the word Negro or colored. Less confusion there.
Yeah,
less confusion.
Look,
it includes all the biracial, it includes all the sexual shit that was deviant. It includes all of the forced classification thing, because all of this argument. I'm watching Omar Wally earlier. I'm just going on that because I can't help it. This is what triggers me, because it's just like I have studied this so much, man. I'm watching him, and he has this Ethiopian sister on, and she's just like, we fought being black. I'm like, which part of this fight you talking about? Did your people still come to America? Then you are a Negro too. No, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't. Your fight resistance is futile. You are part of the board. Like I don't understand, especially when you come to America, that
And
you
I
don't
mean,
have an understanding about what this is. Keep your
Hey,
culture.
VP.
You can practice it all you want. When people see you, race is a treatment based entity. When people talk
Yeah.
about the way that they're treated, well, you're not treated like I am. By who exactly? Well, you're telling me that way people are treating you, that's what's telling you that's black. So everything else that you're talking about, you can't claim power over that because you're talking about an outside entity treating you a certain way. Make that make sense when you're trying to describe to me what is black and what is not. That
This
doesn't make
is
any sense when you're talking about people that's treating you a certain way. I hope people understand what I'm telling you.
yeah,
Because
but
Hey,
people
hey,
always talk about well, you're not if Obama, because the whole deal about Obama, well, if Obama was dark skinned, he would have never got an office. Well, you're still talking about somebody else's treatment of you. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you're basically still defining yourself through their eyes because that's where the power dynamic is. It's a forced classification. And
Mm-hmm.
I hope people understand what I'm saying by that.
I told you I stole that from you.
There's
hey,
disagreement between
One
people
time.
there's disagreement between people that have minimum African descent to major African descent. From purple black people to Sudan to the lightest to the bush people that damn near look like they're mixed people.
you
All
mean
of these
Costa?
people are forced into the classification of being black. They do not share culture. They do not share the same history. They do not share the same ethnicity. They have a variation of DNAs and things of that nature. That is not what the racial classification was for. The racial classification was for actual treatment. I'm done.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
and another thing,
DC,
I think a lot of
One
people
time.
get.
Go ahead, Pookie, and then Stickman.
I think a lot of people get confused. BGS and panel is they people get the Spanish Inquisition and the slave trade down there in Central America, and the southern tip of America, and
Mm-hmm.
the breeding between the Nigerian and the West African slaves down there, and the native population down there. They get
Okay.
that confused, and that lineage confused with the actual buck breeding camps that were up here, where it was
Mm-hmm.
exclusively West Africans breeding with West Africans to the point, and some white people. White people
Mm-hmm.
get mixed into the point where it became a different classification, just like how it was different down in South America, but it wasn't different based off the virtue of Native American DNA, because by the time they had brought over the rest of the West African women over from the continent, the majority of the Native American population had already died off from European diseases and from being overworked and from poor conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
I'm not gonna
yes.
go over the ethnic history. That bump that. Forget all that. This is the thing. People from the Italy, people from Argentina, and all that particular the Turkish people. Are these
Mm-hmm.
people the same as the people from Switzerland and Sweden?
No,
No.
Are they even close?
no.
Are they classified as white?
Hell
Yes.
no.
No,
Yes.
they are
They are
classified as
classified
white.
as
Yes,
white.
they
Yeah.
are.
Yes, yes,
People from Russia, you think Russia likes to be called white? They've been fighting that shit. That whole Eastern Bloc thing, they've been fighting ever since the beginning of this so-called classification. Don't include us into this whole white thing. We believe in Mother Russia. We are Russian. But it still doesn't change the
Russian
classification.
bloc.
The power dynamic is what it is until the empire falls and it becomes something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's it.
Which is
I
not that
have
far off.
I have three questions, three
Go ahead.
things I want to discuss with DC. The first thing is DC. Pookie already talked a little bit about it. This entire confusion with the native thing. It perhaps came from when the Spaniard arrived in South America, because the Spaniards, some of the tribes were really dark skinned, and they just called them Negroid to begin with. The first time there's also this is called, but that doesn't mean that all African American or most.
You're talking about the dark-skinned Moors that was already mixed, the Berbers that were already here that came over and basically mixed in with the native populations. I agree.
Yeah, but once again, that doesn't mean that everyone descends from this specific tribe. It's only where's the first contact. These people are long gone. They died out. Most of them.
Race is a class. Okay.
Yeah,
It's not.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like
not
the
genetics.
tribal thing is different.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you guys a real specific question. When they decided to bring the first women over, do you think those women got raped on those boats on their way
Yes.
here?
Yeah.
Do you think that a lot of those women got
Definitely.
impregnated?
Yes.
So if
Some
those
of them,
women,
Of course.
if
some
those
got
women
raped
were,
before
if
they
those
got.
women were,
Some got raped before they got on the boat.
exactly. So they already were pregnant coming out of the cages of the point of no return, right? Coming out of the point of return, those babies that was born, those babies were born into blackness. They are no longer a part of that particular tribe. Blackness is mixed. Being a black person means you have mixed ancestry, part of the diaspora.
Yeah, I didn't mean
your tribal affiliation has been broken at that particular point.
No, I didn't mean to offend you. Just say when someone
No. This is not offend. I'm just passionate about it because I have arguments about this, and I can't get to the spaces because they have blocked me, and I can't talk about these folks because they don't want me to talk about it. Because, like I said, Dane Calloway, Tariq Nasheed, all of these guys.
Oh my God, man.
And when I hear people, I try to stay off Tariq Nasheed because I know a lot of people like listening to him, and they believe everything that he says. But this is the same guy that brought you Haiti. Talking about now FBA. Now he's talking about how the African
I'm about to talk about it.
Do y'all remember the Hidden Colors number 1 and 2?
Oh man,
Yep, it was all about.
Yeah, what about it?
I got something to say about that.
And black people all over the world and all over the diaspora. Come on, man. And now he's gonna gaslight you. Talk about we're now so-called FBA fundamental Black Americans. That's the main thing about.
Well, you know my theory.
Money,
you know my theory.
He makes money.
Anything to not make it the hoes' fault. Anything to take
Hysterical.
it off the gynocracy.
That's not what that is, man.
Well, that's
this is straight up snake oilsman. Yeah, this is straight up snake oilsman.
That's what. Yeah. Hold on.
Money.
DC, real quick. I'm not saying you're wrong. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The part of it is and it's a marketing tactic where you have to do the us versus them. And what he did, and he's like I like Tariq because I observe him from a marketer as well. And so when I see how he
Ed called it from the beginning,
from the Mac lessons thing to the pro-black thing, I said, okay, because he's providing the service, bringing this stuff to younger people. But when he made this other switch, I know I'm the gynocracy guy, and there's other stuff to it. But at the end of the day, women are a big part of his base. Whether it's all, I'm not saying it's all of it, but they're definitely a big piece. And when you look at a lot of these dudes, it's all church shit, except secularism. Except some dudes are better at running the game than others because Tariq is what I call a socialpreneur. He knows how he looks at these things from a preneurial standpoint. Even though some people can argue he's doing good, and like I said, that's debatable. So my point is, when he really started going after a lot of non-FBA folks, one of the big reasons for that was to codify his base. And BGS said he can't make money over there. He can make money over here. So a lot of black people buy into that. We're all together. It's us versus them. They say, okay, well, his wife is half black, and he has a black. This is what people tell themselves. So they get codified. It's similar shit with Jason Black.
Some of his people will be really, really mad about other people that do the same thing that he's actually practicing right now. He's married to a woman that's biracial black, right? And they will say these other people that are doing the same things, they're selling out. Those people are not black. Their kids are not black, and all this type of deal. But your charlatan that you're listening to is doing the same thing. Make it make sense,
DC,
make it make sense.
DC, I got one phrase for you. Half ADOS. How the fuck can you be half ADOS?
What is
but
that?
I mean, like it's the game is the game. So that's because you go ahead.
It's just as
ridiculous. So I understand. So I understand.
You can't.
So the game is the game.
Halves, man.
Hold on, Mr. C. DC.
That's why I'm saying just real quick. That's the reason why Negro should have never been taken off the birth certificate.
DC.
I agree.
Fall under the classification Negro, colored / some of this, whatever your ethnicity, whatever you want to go with your ethnicity is, because that's what you're going to be forced into. Your culture, how people view you, because how people view you is what your treatment is going to be.
I'm gonna give you these classes words. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Bullshit.
Nah, don't expect just people to hate the game.
Edward. So if they were already here, then how do you explain?
Hold on. Go ahead, Neymar.
Hold on. Edward, to regard your thing about the whole ADOS, I can think of I can use this thing of a name that was half ADOS, but still full black.
I mean,
What
the
is
point
half
is
liters?
that's not how
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. One drop rule. There's no such thing.
that's not how lineage works.
Mhm.
And that's not how lineage works. So when people say that shit, that tells me a lot about you. And usually when dudes say that, they're saying it out of anger. So if you got like somebody this like let's say somebody is from Jamaica, the dad is from Jamaica, like fucking what's her name? Rashida Schrober. You know, who I think is got a Jamaican Caribbean dad, and then mom's from the United States. Like, you can't say that's not how that works. And so when you hear these people again, and it's a lot of people in a lot of these groups that do it, because and some people, because me personally, I don't have an issue with Pan-Africanism, but I'm all about it's gonna be some motherfucking reciprocation. Meaning
Oh,
I
it's gonna be that.
better get an easy access to a citizenship somewhere or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm but at the same time, when you see these will be the same motherfuckers that'll start calling niggas overseas dirty feet and shit. Or these will be no, I've heard that from people in this
I've
space.
heard that
Cerulean. So
There,
like,
there was actually Andre that said that first, but
but there's others. But I mean, the point
ain't got time for
it
no double
becomes this.
biting.
Well, it becomes
We
this
don't.
racial shit, and at the end of the day, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. A lot of that shit is driven by the women, because when them niggas do that, they're usually doing it in order to make the women look bad, so you can shame the men for dealing with them, even if they want to deal with black people. So a lot of that comes back to sexual politicking. It's insidious, but I blame black people. Because if you were smart, you wouldn't be able to pull and run these plays. Because think about it, DC, what Tariq did was very obvious. It's like, if you're really paying attention, how in the fuck? And I know BGS was getting mad with the Yvette Carnell thing, with the reparations thing. It's like, how can you not see what that was and why?
When Yvette Carnell came out, BJS, didn't we have a conversation about that?
Yeah.
Like when it
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
even when it was still at its height, I said, man, that thing ain't gonna hunt, man. It's gonna fall apart because of how forced classification works. You can't separate certain people, just like what you said. Certain people got a Caribbean father. You got a lot of people that was back and forth between the Caribbean islands and here. Half of the family was here, half of the family was there. In fact, after the slave trade was basically outlawed, the transatlantic slave trade, to basically fill up some of the actual plantations with other working bodies so they can actually breed other slaves, they brought a lot of them up from the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially places like Texas, Louisiana, and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got a lot. That's why you got a lot of them people that got Haiti grandmothers or people that's from the Jamaican bloodline.
I have kids with my girl. That's what it's going to be.
You have it in your bloodline, but the thing is, at the end of the day, if you want to settle it all, you go back to Negro. Get rid of that shit.
And they don't want to do
Negro
that
or colored, BJ.
because they don't like how that
that's what we are.
Because they don't like how that sounds.
That's right.
It's less confusion. Because here's the thing.
They don't like
here's the thing. When you say black, people start to try to put it into a crayon box, and then you start to have these conversations that don't make no sense. Like you're trying to match crayons. And I'm like, dude, that's not what we're talking about. If you're talking about crayons, that makes sense. But they were like, well, if you take black and then you put white to it, then you put that together. You don't have either or. That's how you have a black person and a white person. That's what make them mix. No,
but also DC.
No, that's not what that is.
But DC,
it's classified because that's what Plessy versus Ferguson was about.
And not only that, they have it on the books. They have court cases here.
We
got Plessy versus Ferguson as a. Hold on, no. Let me just be real honest. Because here's the thing: they don't look at this and they don't. Do you know what Plessy versus Ferguson was all about? That particular rule.
Yes. Yeah.
It was all about enforcing the racial construct in this country and making it by law.
Yes.
But you are not a white person. You are now classified as a Negro, and you don't have any fucking choice about it. Yes. Now do something about it.
Well, the problem is, and it's not saying you're wrong, but the thing is, you're having a completely different. When most of these people are using this terminology, a lot of it is them sexual politicking, and a lot of these quote unquote pro blacks let that shit slip. Tariq kind of hasn't, but like when you hear like Umar or certain other people, they'll start talking shit about light skinned folks. Now they supposedly supposed to know what you know.
Like Umar should know at least the basis of what you talking about. But it's that ego shit where they want to control all the quote unquote females. So they want to say I'm blacker than you. They use that shit just like a pastor's trying to say I'm more with God than you. And this is why you see a lot of these beefs go down with certain people. That's a big part of it too. So with the women, like, and even Xanatos Clutch said this. As soon as the ADO stuff started, he said, watch, they're going to start separating people because the way you appeal to the females is you try to find ways to shame men to only deal with certain women because the way these women, in their minds, this is what they're paying these dudes for. Really. And so a lot of these people are having completely different conversations for completely different motivations. So what you're doing when you go in these conversations, you're fucking all this shit up, which is why they blocked you. Because you're fucking up the money, you're fucking up the and you're also fucking up
the conversation.
The actual real reason why they're having it. This is why I always say a lot of motherfuckers are not legitimate because the reasons that they're having, they don't give a fuck about no classification. That's why every time you have that, you don't never think about it, DC. How many times do you really hear people, unless you bring it up, talk about classification other than BGS? It's rare. Even amongst people, I'm not talking about the real scholars, but like the YouTube folks. You never hear that because that doesn't appeal to the bitches. They care about how to keep that nigga here doing what the fuck I say to do. They don't give a fuck about what it really should be or anything like that. They give less than a fuck about that.
Yeah, at base level, you're right. It is sexual politicking, but here's the thing, though. It still doesn't change the dynamic because you don't do the you don't do the classifying, and the reason why the power dynamic shows your weakness is that the only people that you could be mad at is other groups of people that's in your classification. You're not going to do nothing about it overall,
and that's exactly
you're not going to go march or do whatever, do all this kind of thing because it's going to look silly on its head. Because half of the people, let me just get this out. Half of the people, half of the Negroes you see, especially in these old books, BJS know. I remember those books that my grandmother used to have, the old African American heroes and stuff like that that came out in the 50s. Most of those particular people in those books, man, look damn near white. Yeah, I mean, not even looking like the biracials of today. I mean, these people look.
Mariah carried him.
Yeah, you would look at Adam Clayton Powell, Charles Drew. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, Walter White. I mean, the people don't understand. Walter White wasn't the only person named that was
Drake and Lighter
part of Breaking Dead. Walter White was so damn white passing. He basically worked for the NAACP, and he basically infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan down in Mississippi, actually. And told about them actually lynching somebody, got proof of it.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's the difference. And he has two so-called black light-skinned parents. He didn't even have a white parent.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And this is why
that's the bourgeoisie.
Exactly. Yeah, and this is why a lot of these
shout out to my people.
And I'm
Jesse knows. Passe Blanc.
And you hear it, and you hear it in a lot of these YouTubers that try to be black first. Nigga, I've heard niggas try to say the black community is light-skinned black women, dark-skinned black women, and dark-skinned black. I've heard niggas
that's what they're saying. But the thing is, they can say anything they want, but guess who gets to decide? It ain't us.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's the hardest part, and that's what Ed is going to, right? Like that's and DC, that's ego talk right there. It's I'll beat up on my own people, but not the people that's forcing you into the crab barrel anyway. We talk about, the crabs in the barrel, and everybody talks about the other crabs. Ain't nobody talking about that hand that stuff you back in every time you try to climb out. Nobody want to talk about that though.
Mr. C, all right. Did you know you were sometimes on the panel when we had the conscious community on, and there was like DC's discussion about the black definition, and I said, yeah, but you're not in charge. Why are you mad at me? We mad at the one who made the definition, who's in charge. But then they say, don't deflect.
Could you share my screen?
The problem is you niggas are prioritizing these light-skinned women.
Let me enlarge this because see. This is the thing that I don't like. I don't like trying to just say things. This ain't true. This not other. You see this person on the screen? Can y'all see him?
Yeah.
Or is he big enough or no?
Whoa. He's big enough. Yeah.
Yeah. What does he look like
No,
to you
I see
guys?
him.
That's the
Big
white
enough.
man.
He looks like what's his name? One of the senators.
Oh my bad. Hold on, that's too big.
What was the
You
senator's
shutting it
name?
down.
Lindsey Graham. That's who he looks like.
Right.
Guys, what do you
He
mean?
look like a dude that
He
don't
look like
have a
Lindsey
He looked like
Graham.
McCain in the face to me.
he look like he don't have a problem with black women.
It looked like Lindsey
Uh,
Graham
Yes,
to
I
me.
take full exception for your
Yeah,
guys, what do
comparing
you
these
mean?
two
What do you
gentlemen right
mean?
here.
just in
Guys, what do
case
you
you think
mean?
I'm making this up. That is Walter Francis White.
Yeah.
And that's when they put in the bad check. Yeah, whoever this nigga is, he's got to be blocked.
Yo, let me pull up my pull up. I might as well pull up my cousin too, man. Second Black Mirror.
What? Man.
What do you mean, guys? He's a black hero. Do you not see
Wait,
him?
what?
I'm not gonna lie. I would be mad too if I look like him and then they say, "You said I'm black." No, that's bullshit. Like what? That's that stage. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh my God! That reminds me.
You name any, and he could pass today, then nobody would ask a question.
Yeah,
But you name any of the so-called biracial people that we're talking about now, they don't even look like this man. Not even close. And this person basically was still on his birth certificate. On his birth certificate was still Negro/colored.
I thought about to say that the same motherfucker.
No, that's Lindsey Graham. I told you.
like Klay Thompson.
Oh man.
Yeah. Klay Thompson don't even. Yeah, no.
Right. Steph Curry. They look like you can look at them and tell they're black people.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, they're light-skinned black people.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you light skin black? What the?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The word itself, the description itself means that it's already room for those particular people in the group.
Yeah,
that's why you have light-skinned black people. That's why you say that before actually giving the descriptor. Hey, light-skinned black person. Oh, okay. So you mean somebody that damn near got a lot of white genetic ancestry, or they're mixed, or whatever. Yeah, that's what you talk about. Mm-hmm. Does it matter that they have a white parent? Of course, it matters that they have a white parent because that has some kind of effect on them. Does that mean that they're white? No, doesn't mean that they're white.
That's Mariah Carey. Doesn't matter. You're classified as black.
Reminds me on the discussion we had on Platinum's channel where he said that's a black woman because she was basically her father was biracial, really mixed, and her mother was white, and she looked like him, basically like a white person. And Platinum said that's a black woman because they identify as black.
Yeah, but a lot of that, I understand that, but those are different intent because that's when the sexual politicking comes.
Yeah, that's sexual game. He's trying to elicit a reaction.
Yeah, we go about 20 more minutes, guys.
Because truth be told, like I was listening, like even Smurgo was talking about, yeah, man, I deal with light skinned women, and he was putting in but he was inserting Latin women, and I said, nigga, you gotta be specific because that ain't the same shit. Well, I mean, they're light skinned, right? I said,
Smurgo, man. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm like, but I believe
Smurgo.
niggas be really doing that shit. They say, yeah, man, because I know when the hoes complain about it, that's what they lump them all together too. That's why when SWP and them get into that colorism shit. Yeah. You know, they because they'll mix them in. You know, the exoticals and like now.
Shout out to Chrissy.
Featureism now. You try.
Hey,
this white woman dipped in chocolate, man. I quit.
DC, no, for real. Like, okay, so I can't remember who it was. I think it was was it Travis? One of those more recent like rapper types put out a music video a few years ago, and he had all the different colors of the rainbow when it came to Chocolate Sisters, right? So all the way light skin, damn near white to like Midnight Sisters. And I remember watching a Chrissy review, and she was like, the problem with this is, and here go what Ed was saying, the featureism, the dark skinned girls, they look at their nose, it's more European, and look at their features. I'm like, bitch, so we can't win. So it got to be some heavy set broad nose sisters.
This is what makes it so bad, and I'm off this bullshit. These are the same hoes that they go into the doctor. The doctor know they first, last name, they kids. I'm talking about the surgeon. They need to bring Nip Tuck back. That show from Fox. These are the same chicks where they would get all that shit changed. It's like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck you are. In fact, you got niggas now talking about I only fuck bitches that got kids because I don't know if you bitches are bitches or not. I've literally heard that.
Man, sometimes I fear when pro-blacks come where I live, they would say, "Oh, you're not African. There are too many mixed people running around. They're too light-skinned." I think to myself, no, that's how we are. We get albinos and we mix and we have different And I really fear when pro-blacks come into West Africa, it's like, oh hell no, you are traitors. You mixed with Caucasian, and no, it's just how we are. We are not all blue black.
You know what else?
Hold
You
on,
know
so
what
they
else?
come
You
in
know what
your
else is
country
funny?
and tell y'all that?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what else is funny though? Here's the thing, right?
I mean,
so the sisters would try to sexual police the brothers that basically go and date white women. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then they will be the very same women divesting, talking about how great white boys are, this and that other, and then rag on light skinned people. They're not really black. It's just like it's the mental break that has happened to
mental
black
gymnastics,
people.
man.
No, it's not. It's beyond that. This is like I said. A lot of people don't like hearing it. This is mental illness, man. We didn't gone too
Say
far.
that, BJS keep
We didn't
telling
gone too
me
far.
it's fucking socialization.
It
I'm
is
like, no,
socialization. No, it is socialization.
but you know what I'm talking about, though.
It is.
But the thing is though, BGS, is that even when you hit them with this kind of truth that I'm hitting you with that right now, you know that they're gonna deny this.
I need a
and be
nigga
like,
with
it ain't true.
with more bass in his voice to
It
tell
ain't
BGS.
true.
That's my problem. Go ahead, DC.
Why? No. It is socialization. Why everything we got here. So it's normal. This didn't start yesterday. Okay.
I understand the root cause. I'm not debating that.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about DC, when you start talking about post-birth abortion,
yeah,
like you do, because then that's killing kids, right?
They're talking. Okay, they're talking. They're not gonna do it. They're talking.
Yeah, some news reports.
Well,
Some of them will.
why would they have the baby in the first place?
Just like. Hey, there has been news reports of women that have killed kids because they lost child support case.
Yeah, well, they've done that, but thing is that they're not the same people.
Well, you know what? If they can have their femicide, I can have these hoes killing kids.
The thing is, are they killing all boys? Are they killing girls? Are they killing both?
They're killing both.
That's what I'm talking about. No, that's not new. That's
the articles show they're killing both. You know, they give pills to the kid. You know, if they lose the case.
They used to send white people in Europe used to send their extra kids to swaddling homes to die.
But my point is, you got women on YouTube that are openly saying that now, and this is why a lot of the chicks are trying to get away from those divestors. Some of them, because it's really a whole bunch of, as Glennon would say, burger wolves, and they made money off of them because they're getting views, super chats off of it. But they know that my point is, a lot of this stuff that a lot of these pro blacks do, and shout out to Bitter, because he say I ain't pro black, he's conscious. A lot of these people, what they do is they are hustling. Like they are hustling. Now there's degrees of it, but they're hustling. And like I said, man, these chicks, boy, emotional dope dealing. I stand by that.
In other words, all divestors doing is making money off of talking shit about black men and calling it divesting. They ain't doing nothing else. That's all it is. Because the thing, they're not teaching black women actually get white guys or go to other races of men.
Yeah. Which is why it's my policy that everybody in the black manosphere that talks about the women thing should say that we openly support and encourage black men black women to divest. This is why I want to do a GoFundMe of a website I want to start called Keisha's List, where we basically put their ass out there so these white boys can come pick them up as is.
I wanted to say this to DC real quick. DC, hey, the reason why it's a situation when you date out and when she date out is because you're dating out because you hate yourself, and she's dating out because you ain't shit.
That needs to be on the shirt.
That's the female narrative.
Go ahead and say that one more time. I'm gonna do.
By the way, I want to say something, Snake Man.
Hold on.
I want to ask DC about.
Say one more. Repeat it for him so he can hear it.
Me?
About the.
Oh yeah. The reason why it's an issue when black men date out is because you're dating out because you hate yourself and you hate black women, and the reason why she's dating out is because black men ain't shit. We ain't build shit. We ain't shit. We're horrible husbands, fathers. We're abusive. We poor as shit. That's why black women date out. Black men date out because we hate black women.
Oh no.
You know what else, Mrs.
Here's the thing, though. We also are the most dangerous.
That part.
Male species on the face of the earth, the American black male.
Don't forget that black women go to Jamaica for love, but black men go to DR for sex trafficking and
Facts.
Right.
Oh man.
Right.
I mean, you got dudes that openly. That's why Umar is in a fucking bullshit now. Like he fighting for his life because they own his ass. You got
Yeah,
caught with a
yeah,
white man,
yep, yep,
even
yep,
though that's not what he was doing. But I don't
yep.
give a damn. That's what he get. Make that nigga burn for
Well,
me.
and remember, BGS and Edo attest to this. This is why I always talk about that moral high ground shit. We need to strip sisters of that moral high ground shit. That's how they're able to somewhat try to justify. Oh, well, I'm dating out because I couldn't find a black man that likes me because of my features, my hair and my nose, and dark skin, and moral
But
high grounding. They
but
love doing that
the
shit.
Oh yeah.
problem with that is black men believe they ass. It's that
Yep.
Yep, yep,
bullshit.
yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Because
really the issue.
because we want to believe it. Because we want to
Excuse
believe
me,
it.
Edward.
Hey, y'all niggas create the women y'all complain
Yeah.
about. DC,
Edward.
And the
Hold
women,
on,
and
why,
then the men say the
DC,
same
why am
thing.
I like the avatar for all
Yeah.
this?
DC,
Go
DC
ahead. Go
got a
ahead, Naaman.
trail of broken bodies
Well,
of
he
women
does,
that
but
are
that's
angry.
beside the point.
Yeah, that's
But that's beside the
It's
point.
DC's fault. It's
Yeah, let me go
ARC's
in. Let me go
fault.
in.
How dare
It-
ARC leave a trail and then
yeah.
get married to a young bitch?
But that's completely beside the point. Go ahead, Naaman.
Them niggas be getting bad, yo.
Edward, first of
He
all,
ain't denied it yet.
before I
But
say
go
what I
ahead.
gotta say, the more I hear you, I'm starting to think, is this Edward Anderson or is this a fully grown Riley Freeman? First of all, secondly, since you
Is there
talked
a
about the
difference?
whole thing about women going to Jamaica, you're forgetting. Yeah, well, no, he sounds like a grown. He sounds like Riley once his ball dropped. But anyway, um, it's not just Jamaica, but you remember the Bahamas, like Eddie Murphy had mentioned, or Sinbad when he was live at Aruba,
Mm-hmm.
like the shit they broke it down and shit. If you remember,
Yeah.
They go to
but then again, when I hear you
They,
say things like
they go to
that, I'm
Salvador. They go to Salvador Bahia, Brazil,
Salvador Bahia.
but they complain about they complain about
I
other parts of Brazil.
I mean, you got Mocha Fest, you
Mm-hmm.
got
Yeah,
Urban Escape, like
Rio de
black
I
women
mean,
got
Janeiro,
slightly
the reason
Sao Paulo.
why
Hold
the
on,
black.
reason
hold on.
why Jamaica
Hold.
is a great example because they have
Mm-hmm.
a whole damn book written by a black female professor talking about all these damn black women going down to Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
buying some renter dread.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but some of
Running
the
dread.
stories in this book are very entertaining. You got
It's
there
my
was one
birthday.
story where a black woman was leaving her kids with the parents to go down there, spending
Yeah.
her last little rent money to
I mean, for real, it got to the point where like the Jamaican mothers were complaining about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, shit. Even Shakari Richardson got her a Jamaican girlfriend. They beating her ass apparently. I
Deserve.
mean, this
That's
the
what you
goof.
deserve.
But the thing about it is, you know, it's a lot of dudes that buy into that. Cause think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you bring this up to dudes that want to talk shit about niggas traveling, then all of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden, like that shit don't count. It's
Just
like
mention Terry McMillan, Ed. Just mention Terry
yeah,
McMillan.
it's like they don't count because this is I can't stand when niggas do this. Niggas charge it up to what that's just women do and what they do don't matter because men are stronger than them. And I'm like, dude, this ain't about fighting. So basically, they can do anything and you don't say shit. But you gonna hold men accountable to the same shit. First of all, I don't even know why. The fact that I told somebody this on another channel. The fact that I gotta argue with black men about this more
Mm-hmm.
than women. The women usually don't even got to speak up too hard because it's there's some of the same niggas that talk the most shit about black women. Or be the same niggas talking about nigga, you travel, you weak because you ain't got this game.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. They've been brainwashed. You got about 10 more minutes. And we can
So
conclude.
Ed, the reason why I brought up Terry
All you
McMillan is
guys
because
mentioned
exactly what you were saying, real quick. Because okay, look at what she did. You couldn't hack it, and this is what I'd be telling Caribbean, and especially I'm Haitian descent. What I'd be telling Haitian men, some of these Black American women, they can't hack it with Black American men. Black American men know too much. They know the game, so they try to go to Africa or they try to go to the Caribbean and get a nigga on discount. That's all that is. It's getting a nigga on discount. And so you go to the Caribbean, you go to Africa, you try to get a nigga on discount, and then because of your fucking masculine ass energy, you get the softest nigga in Jamaica who turned out to be DL. There you go. Shout out to Terry McMillan.
man, most of these chicks, to be honest, Mrs. Z,
shout out
I'm
to
not
most of
really
Hot.
these
like
most of these, lovely ladies, man, they don't get a African dude to they like in their 40s and 50s. Because these young these young lovely ladies, man, they can't deal with the patriarchal Africans, bro. They can't deal with it. They say, oh, they too aggressive. They too aggressive.
Yeah,
They renting
yeah,
them
and most
back.
of the times they don't even get to
It's
upper
interesting you
class. They
bring that
get
up because
to get to middle or lower end African.
Oh
No,
yeah,
so
Well, they
bricklayer.
can't get the top class. First of all, they don't qualify. Secondly, they don't want patriarchy.
I mean, what I see most often is I'll see like a 50-year-old plus lovely lady, so to speak, with like a 20-year-old, 23-year-old, like working class
So
African guy.
basically, they exporting
Gigolo.
homosexuality.
It's a gigolo. It's a man
So
whore.
basically, it's
all right.
international
it's
homosexuality.
a visa
Yeah,
scam.
pretty much.
Exactly.
It's a visa scam at the end of the day.
So they're outsourcing
You see
black.
the same shit with white folks. Like how many white
Yeah.
women from Canada try
Yeah.
to hook up with dudes from the DR or from Cuba, especially. Or
That's
I'll
where
give you
black
another
women.
example. Like
Go to
since we're talking
Gambia.
about these
That's where black women got it from.
the
Black
So are we
women.
Gambia and
saying?
Senegal.
In Senegal.
Also East Africa, Kenya.
Yeah,
Mhm.
black men don't even travel like that. Like
I
black
mean,
women are got
on the
way more
Bible section.
infrastructure on their shit than black men do, and I find it's funny because it's this black men ain't shit, but y'all are so worried about where the fuck they go. I mean, which is
Mhm.
it? That's
Well,
what that's the biggest part of what I don't understand.
so
Yeah,
what we're saying is that
you understand it. You understand it.
so what we're saying is that Western people are trying to go to air quotes the undeveloped world or the lesser developed world to go find somebody on discount. That's what we're saying right now. Because if white men are leaving,
Yeah.
if white women are leaving, black men are leaving, black women are
Yes.
leaving, everybody's trying to go find somebody on discount.
Well, I
Guess
mean,
what?
Yeah,
Hold
why
on.
not?
Guess what? The white was doing in Asia. Do you think they get to
Yep.
high quality Asian bitch?
Yep. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
but here's the crazy part. If we would see people make that argument, and I'll say, okay, so where do you want us to go? Europe? Then you're gonna be bitching about, oh, you want them white women, da da da. So I mean, what the fuck?
Not to mention European feminism is on a whole nother level.
I think
In certain
European
places,
feminism
in
is
certain
actually
countries.
Yeah, go ahead, Zulu. Oh, is it Zulu's talking?
Zulu not in here.
Oh, he's not here. Okay, that was
So
name.
no matter what you do, again, sexual politics dictate that you're going to do what's in your best interest, and you're going to say
Yeah.
whatever you need to say to do that. And that's why I keep repeating that, because I want dudes to really recognize that. I'm not, I don't really be on some dudes that be hating. If dudes are pre-qualified, they're pre-qualified. You just need to deal with that shit. But if you're on some, when these women are on, because even in these
Mute yourself, Pookie.
Because even in these panels, they be straight up like, I had to tell a chick, I said, why are you talking to black men like they're cattle? Because the way she had to check herself, because the way she was talking like she was talking to me like I'm a slave and this is a white bitch. Trying to talk down to my level.
Yo, Edward, was that
on E Black?
Was that? Yeah, that was the chick that.
And I had to tell her. I said, "Why are you talking to me like I'm cattle?" Yeah, I said, "What?" He was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "Yeah, I mean, bitch, I'm smarter than you." She was talking to me like I was a 5-year-old.
I was listening to that. She was like, because black men don't know that they don't really love them in DR and they're gonna get hurt. Blah blah.
And
blah,
I said,
blah.
and what kills me is I'm like, yo, you
really care about black men getting hurt in Dominican.
Y'all gotta hear that bullshit. Because Courtney ran the same fucking play.
Yourself,
they don't care. They don't care about you like we do. I said, nigga, outside of wanting to fuck black men, outside of how black men look, name me one thing positive about black men. And they never can. I like how they look. Outside of that, they never can.
Your mic is all jacked up. Mic's all jacked up, Pookie.
He's so wild.
That ain't me. What you need to do, I mean, dude.
You're getting feedback, Pookie.
You should have got a bitch to buy you a phone by now.
God damn.
You gotta get better hold.
His shit sound like an alien transmission.
Yeah, you need to talk to DC or Charles if you get
radio.
Charles will show you how to get shit from chicks.
Radio Shack headphones, bro.
God damn. And then Mr. Z talk about, don't be shaming us, Mr. Z, because we getting our discounts. God damn it. That's what
I'm not. For me, it's not about necessarily shaming anyone. I'm just saying I want everybody to know that is what everybody's doing because we didn't.
Trump.
Go ahead.
It's not
Trump got
about.
his girl on discount. You're right.
Look at Trump, goddamn it, he's
It's
a
not.
goddamn billionaire.
But
We got him
Mhm.
a Russian, a
Is
Ukrainian.
but
the
is
women going to be brought
is
into
it?
shipping containers?
But is it though? Like I'm gonna
No,
keep
I
it
mean, like Ed, you're right. Not everybody. You know, figment of speech, but yeah, you're right. Not everybody.
because I mean the thing about it is that
5 minutes,
somebody
guys.
will say if you going to get a Latin chick, you getting it. I'm talking about in the United States. Because
Mhm.
a lot of times when
Hmm.
black men travel, black men are traveling to deal with something melanated. Now, if they
Yeah,
want to
that's
just
facts.
interracially date, they ain't got to travel.
They ain't got no,
So
they ain't got nowhere.
Hmm.
is that on discount
Yeah.
too? No, now it's you
Oh,
hate.
well. Here we go, Ed. No. So my answer is no. But there will be somebody that make the argument that says yes.
No, you.
I mean,
Wait,
look,
Dating,
once
you
dating
see,
out, dating
go
out
ahead.
for black women is anybody that's outside of being raised black woman, that's so-called part of the sisterhood that's raised in America.
And Black
Because,
American.
because
Yep.
even the so-called, because if I'm not mistaken, Chrissy is Caribbean, right?
I think
I
she's
think.
Black American, but I'm not sure.
I
Okay,
think
She
she got
she
a
purposely is
Caribbean
like
but
parent.
being.
Hey,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, yeah.
so you have these kind of
She's Negro bigotry.
this this mismatch of people that are kind of like trying to do the policing of sexual politics. And now, like, I used to believe in that, where who you dated has something to do with your politics, but now I see that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you can have
DT
somebody
used to
that's
be a
really
gynocentric and forced on playing.
no, never, I never was that.
You ain't fucking these hoes like me,
But
nigga.
the thing is that because it was a conscious choice. But what I had to come to the grips with is that your sexual choice has nothing to do with what your politics is and who you are as a person and what you do for the community, if that's what you're doing. And I have seen way too many people that are married to so-called other black people that are what's the word that y'all use, that y'all call them? I don't do name calling. I try not to, my best. Coon word. There's way too many coons that are married to black people.
We're gonna start
So
calling them
there you
nudes.
go.
I got one last question for DC. What do you
throws
think
out the
about
window
the
for me.
Bronny James situation?
Oh, you done open a can.
I want to hear.
He's in
Yeah,
high
I want to
school.
hear from DC. I'm curious. I want
Yeah,
to hear.
he's in high school. I mean, I don't think nothing of it, man. I mean, that school is mostly white. I would imagine it's a
No, I'm
private
talking about
school, right?
all these women coming like 30 and 40, and some coming down
That
on this motherfucker like he
that's what
left
I'm
his
saying.
plantation.
See, that's
DC,
what I'm
you don't
saying.
sound black enough,
Pro,
nigga. You're supposed to be
Hold
beating
on.
up on
You
him.
can't.
no.
Go ahead.
Pro blackness has turned into sexual politics now.
Yeah.
It's who you
Exactly.
date. It's not your actions. It's not what you do for the community. It's not paying all the black men's tuition at Morehouse. That don't mean anything. It's not basically opening up scholarships for black boys. It's not opening up black schools. It's whoever you date that matters more than doing that. And that's not the same thing in my book.
And hold
That's
on,
not the
hold on,
same
hold on,
thing.
real quick. I just want to say this. I forget the dude's name already, but he's the second richest black person in the United States, another black man in tech. And then when you look at under, he got a picture of him and his wife. Hold on, him and his wife,
David
black,
Stewart.
and like all the
Yeah,
comments
that's
is,
Stewart. Yeah, that's my figure. David
I
Stewart.
can't believe he's got a black wife. Yeah, he's got a black
You see what I'm
wife.
saying? That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Everything else don't matter. Whatever he's doing for the community, whatever he's doing, he could be having all the programs in the world. As long as that's why Obama got the automatic pass.
Yep.
It's because he married Michelle Obama, and he had beautiful black girls.
Yeah.
Real sister.
Well,
You know what?
don't forget who we're talking about, though.
One time.
Don't forget who we're talking about. We're talking about people that danced on Kobe's grave because he wasn't married to a black woman.
Yeah.
Like, that's the group of people y'all talking about. Like, Kobe didn't say nothing negative about black women, but yet because he wasn't married to a black woman, right? It's okay to dance on his grave and then celebrate. And this is what I'm sorry, y'all. This is what pissed me off, right? The comment.
Closing thoughts now. Okay.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so the comment that killed me was that's God taking him and his favorite daughter because he wasn't married to a black woman. Like, that was a real ass comment from a real ass black woman. I'm done.
And here's another thing, like with the whole divestment movement and us not willing to look at any possible solutions in terms of moving our community or reinstituting our community for, I guess, a more stable structure. If we're not going to do any of that, and we're going to talk about having the divestment movement and dating out anyway, how are you going to get mad at somebody who's going to take advantage of the opportunity that you're advocating and advertising yourself as well? How are you going to simultaneously criticize an action
and then advocate for it. It doesn't matter even if it's for a different gender, because to a certain respect and a certain kind of
because they're massa.
the philosophy. I know the master, but the philosophy is hypocritical.
Shorten
It
it
shows
up, Pookie.
hypocrisy.
Shorten it up, Pookie. We get into
That's it.
closing
That was
thoughts.
all.
All right.
That's it.
Okay. Anybody else? Closing thoughts?
Yeah, I wanted to say thank you that I on the panel. I have a question.
Good.
Would I have been considered a coon? Because I had a dance too. I had a prom dance too, basically the German equivalent. And I
No,
went to a I went to a German school, and the girl asked me,
no,
"Was
because you're not American. You wouldn't have been considered a coon.
Wrong, BGS. He's a German coon.
Is German coon okay?
however cool she chose me? I did
Nice
nothing. I
job.
just go
Hey,
up.
But you
these are black
accept it.
women rules, nigga. Black women rules.
You accept it.
I'm not gay. What else should I say no to pussy?
Stay single unless a black woman asks you.
Mm, get a
Don't
dog.
don't even worry about it, Snake Man.
Snake man, no, I'm messing with him.
It's all inclusive, brother. Just you got to let this stuff roll off your back. Really, to be honest with you, it's not even a big deal.
All right. Anybody else
Okay.
closing thoughts? We're getting closing thoughts now.
Snake man's like,
I
but
just
I'm in
want to
Germany.
say, y'all like,
Man, look, man, hey man,
What?
Yeah,
disconnect from
let me go
population.
ahead and get my final thoughts, man. Thanks for
All
letting
right.
me come up and
all right, go.
Anytime
come
it's
in
solo. Oh,
come in from the
hey,
rim and
you're gonna have
blow up the
to
spot.
you got to wax poetic on the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Oh
Man, it's good
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely do that. I
Some
got yeah
bullshit.
before then. So, but yeah,
You don't
hey
like
man,
it,
thanks for letting
BGS?
me.
Hell no.
Thanks for letting me come up. I appreciate it, BGS. Everybody, man, thanks for allowing me to kind of change the subject. I had to get mine off, so
Oh
I
no, it's all
appreciate
right.
you, brothers.
It's all right.
Peace, peace.
Back to the rim I go,
Okay,
man.
All right. R2, fire it
Closing
up.
thought.
Hit it.
Close,
Go.
close, closing thought, real quick. I just
Mm,
seen an article about Black Sports Online saying
mm.
OnlyFans models saying they are going broke because they have run out of poses and men are paying.
Yeah.
And shout out to Kevin Samuels, the Godfather is right yet again.
What'd he say?
He said, "Well,
Yeah.
he was on Fresh and
Mm-hmm.
Fit, and he was
Mm.
pretty much talking about how OnlyFans is going to pretty much dry up. It's
Oh, I
not
said
something that's sustainable."
yeah, I said that
Yeah.
like a year before he said it, but it's
And them
okay.
girls was mad as hell when he said it. They were
No,
cursing him
no.
out.
I said it. I said it about a year before he said it, but it's okay.
Man, I said it about 2 years before you said it, man.
Let it go. Hey, you should take the credit, Negro.
Nah,
We're,
nah. I'll let y'all have the credit.
no,
I
no,
will
no,
be
no. Hey,
behind.
show us the receipts.
Nigga ain't got no. But I mean, it don't really matter, man. As long
Yeah,
as the
I
message
had a
is clear.
video saying that like a year before he said it, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
I mean, I don't like. I mean,
It's
you know,
time.
one thing I just want to say.
Closing thought, Pookie.
One
Go
thing
ahead.
okay, one thing I know is just don't like about we just be like ultra like outrospective just like on our race. One thing I don't like about human beings is we get so nitpicky about like the innovation and the add-ons that we create. Like we get so fucking territorial about that shit. That shit is it's just so, it's really stupid because eventually at some point it's gonna end up out in the populace anyway, like regardless of you fighting it at any extent. So it just doesn't even make sense. And you gotta remember to a certain perspective, did you really invent it because you built it off something else that was invented?
Hmm.
Was it your invention or was it invented by combining somebody else's two
Yeah,
inventions?
all inventions are combined by previous learning
Exactly.
to make
So is it
something new.
really invention?
Yeah,
It's
it
not
is.
invention.
It is inventing. Okay.
I think innovation. I don't think invention.
Innovation is
It's
inventing.
but it's nothing. I mean, innovation. That's
It,
just like I
it,
don't view that as expansion.
I'm,
Like I
I'm,
think
I'm, I'm, I'm,
invention is
I'm,
like something
I am I am a chemist, right? Innovation is inventing, sir.
new. I
But
mean,
making
okay,
something unique that deriving something unique that hasn't been out there before. Okay, same thing.
but just by saying it's built on something, it's not really. Could you really
Every
say
eh,
it's unique?
what invention anything in invention that human beings have made that wasn't derived from something else? Where'd you get the idea from?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's
That's
all
exactly what I'm saying.
but invention is by innovating something.
Hmm.
Everything's derived from everything's derived from nature.
BGS, black women, to answer your question.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard that. Anybody else got closing thoughts before I get
No,
out of here?
that's it for me. Thanks for having me up. Great conversation, especially when with political and yeah. Green Gorilla killed it. DC came and killed it again. Great convo. Nice talking to y'all. I'm out.
All right. All right, L. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Old niggas getting ready to go to bed. So I'll holler at you guys next time. Peace out.